It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. With you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love with you.
Hello, and welcome back to WebDM on Sundays to New Amsterdam and to the Lost Girls. Super excited to have everyone here in chat. In chat. What I was thinking was shout out to Travis for doing the updated intro video, so no more copyright strikes, and we still get to hear the wonderful haunting tones of Susanna Grace. Props to her for doing that as well. I'm very excited to be back here today. We missed last week, and sadly this week we are missing Lindy, who we hope gets better very, very soon. We have a lot to get into this week, so why don't we do a quick dash around, see how everyone is doing, introduce the characters, and get into it all. Susie, how you doing?
Sorry, covered just as I was adjusting my camera. But hi, I'm doing.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm very excited. I just got done doing a test, or a playtest rather, of the Spy game for Black Cat Gaming over on RPG Webby's channel. That was super fun, and now I'm excited to jump into this.
Oh heck yeah. So hey, I'm playing Jess, who is the resident wild child, trouble causer, and a woman who runs around in public covered in blood. I'm excited to see what further shenanigans and chaos I can cause this week.
Whoop, sounds good to me. I'm about to say Susie again, but I definitely mean Emma. Emma, how are you doing? It's your handle, it throws me every time.
I know, I'm sorry. I had a name on the internet and then I had a name in real life, and I didn't think about how they go together now that people know who I am. Yes. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm going to be playing May, everybody's favorite vampire communist. Yay! I'm very excited to be back. I missed y'all last week so much.
Yeah, these Sunday games just feel like hanging out with my besties, so I'm always looking forward to it at the end of my week. How are you doing, Kiana?
I am doing good. Super excited to be back here with everybody into a lovely 80s vampire world. I play Alice, or Al, whatever you like to call her. She is the resident weird science vamp. Weird science. Because, you know, you just gotta mash supernatural stuff and science together.
It needs to be done. How else will we find out the weird results of the weird science?
Exactly.
And Anna, how are you doing? You're muted. Someone take that off in your bingo cards.
I'm good. Sorry. I'm good. I'm excited to be back after taking a week off. Ephemera is gotten herself into some trouble, so I'm actually really excited to see how this is going to play out. She gets caught for this murder and has to figure herself a way out of her problems. I'm really looking forward to this visitor I have coming, fellow vampire from across the pond who studies demonology as well. And also this interaction with the FBI. I'm pretty excited to see how that plays out.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in New Amsterdam. Before we dive into those things, a few quick messages. Firstly, from our sponsor, Tabletop Loot. If you like dice, go and check them out at Tabletop Loot and use the code WebDM15 for 15% off, much like the wonderful one that Emma is holding up. And I think soon the rest of the cast are going to have some to hold up and show you too, because we're all dice fiends. And that's it. There are a number of ways that you can support the show. You can firstly hit that retweet button on our live tweet and let people know that you are loving our 80s times. If you are new today, hi, welcome. And if you're on YouTube, come hang out on a Sunday. We're here at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. UK. Extrapolate from there to your time zones. And finally, you can donate to support the show. A donation of $3 or 300 bits gets one of these players a reroll, which in Cypher System, very important, very useful, can completely change the outcome. Secondly, for 1,000 bits or $10, you can donate a distraction or a gift. These will probably be something of my choosing, although I do welcome suggestions that are in keeping with the tone of our game. We did have a wonderful donation last week from Mirrors Shadows, I believe is the handle, which gave each player a distraction and each player a gift. So we'll be seeing those in play today. Plus, coming up, usually sometime during the show, I will do a viewer question. And this is where you can suggest something that comes into existence in our world. We have Happy Fish Diner, Happy Fish Pet Company, and of course, the key lime stuffed churros, for which the boardwalk is famous. Yeah, without further ado, I think we're going to hop into the game. Now, last week we left our vampire covenant in the midst of research. Jess had a number of questions. She'd heard May's voice in her head when May had been in trouble. But what does that mean? How could that happen? That's not a psychic vampire thing, is it? Because they were nowhere near each other. Additionally, there were the shadow demons that were accosting May at that time. We have decided they are planar beings, but their nature and reason for being here remains unknown. They were, of course, using May, it seemed, to get into a computer. And hopefully we can find out what was on that computer, or why, perhaps, with the help of a file recovered by Al and May last week. No, week before last. I keep going, it wasn't last week. But last session, which Jack Wallace, May's boss, had on the company server that was labeled Project Greenlight. And I think this is where we're going to jump in. Ephemera, you have with you Lamora and a number of your texts from the bookshop that you'd cleaned out for safekeeping here at Mrs. Bartholomew's house for Lost Girls. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you're researching right now?
So I'm interested in, without giving too much away, the way that I was turned undead. Lamora has a similar interest. Aside from being my friend, she has some, I don't know, a similar history to me in the way that she was turned undead as well. So we are studying these texts that we have, looking for some information, as we have been doing for over 100 years now. And then after talking with Jess, I think I have a few more questions for her and May. And I think that since Jess has asked me to kind of research, I still have that in the back of my mind. It's not at the forefront of my studies since I have this visitor coming. I know what he studies, I know what he's looking for, and his very vague letter that just kind of said, hey, I'm coming to see you, got me kind of worried that something bigger might be going on, because he doesn't normally come here. He doesn't normally travel outside of his comfort zone, especially somewhere so far away to talk to me. So there could be anything going on. So I'm trying to figure out what that could be before shit hits the fan and he gets here, and who knows what could happen.
Thank you. The mysterious B. Stratford there is our mystery guest that we received a note from last time. Why don't we start with Jess very specifically sent you up with a question, and I think you should probably talk to her a little bit more about that. So why don't we start there, and we will have May with Al and the floppy disk in the basement, which sounds like some sort of Cluedo clue, but so let's do that. F, how would you approach Jess? You've had your books open, and you and Lamora have been at this for a good 3 hours, scrolling through, finding nothing particularly new. You've been researching for hundreds of years your topic, and you've been looking for clues of these shadow demons in places that you'd expect them to be, and you have a couple of leads to talk to May about. But this question of vampire psychic abilities, Lamora suggests that you should help Jess. That's something immediate that you can do. Everything else is going to take a lot more time.
Mm-hmm.
And between us, we know sires can talk to the ones they sire. And if Jess doesn't know, I mean, I don't know that it was definitely May, but it's the simplest explanation.
Mm-hmm. As soon as she mentioned that to me, it started kind of clicking in my mind that maybe May has some sort of connection to her, if not her sire. So I didn't outright say that to her. I didn't want to cause any problems without getting enough information. That's definitely something I've been wanting to talk to May about.
Well, why don't I talk to Jess and you go and talk to May? If it is being kept a secret, I mean, I can lie to Jess. It's not hard.
I think that would be best. I don't want to talk to Jess and just put all this out in the open for her to worry about. If she doesn't know that May could possibly have turned her, that could cause a lot of problems that I don't know if we want to just do that to May, because we don't know what happened. Could have been anything. Could be any reason. She could have been dying in the street and she saved her. Who knows? So I'm definitely going to need to talk to
you think it might help her if she has to talk to her family soon?
Definitely. I'm very much in favor of her at least contacting her family to let them know that she's not dead. She doesn't need to tell them everything that happened, but to at least call or send a letter to just let them know that she's okay. I think that would also cause a lot less problems, because who knows what's going to become sniffing around looking for clues on their own.
All right, and Lamora closes a couple of your more priceless books and tucks them carefully under your bed out of Jess's reach. She sits there cross-legged. She has her bracelets and bangles on, and her grey curly hair has grown even more wild as she's tugged and pulled at it in frustration during your research. So are you gonna stay here, or should I stay here and you go, or?
I think that I will go look for May, and possibly if you're comfortable with it, I could send Jess your way.
Yeah, I didn't mind talking to Jess.
Okay, so I will head out. I'm going to go past Jess, wherever she's at. I'm assuming she's in her room still, and let her know that Lamora would like to talk to her, and then I will make my way towards May.
Okay. So Jess, you get the knock on the door, and Ephemera lets you know to go up to the attic to her room to talk with Lamora. What is your impression of Lamora?
Jess is pretty cool with Lamora. Like, Lamora was pretty okay with slamming some vodka back. They've had drinking sessions before. They're not besties, but it's kind of like, when you're living with people and your roommates have like a cool friend that comes around. That's like Lamora to Jess, like the cool friend of the roommate.
Awesome. And so I imagine you go upstairs to see Lamora.
Yep.
Downstairs in the basement, Al, what is the scene that Ephemera arrives into?
So there's probably Alice is kind of a little too close to the screen as she's getting the floppy disk in, and she's just trying to get it ready to print read whatever she needs to do to get the information out of it. So she's probably bathed in this like glow of harsh white light, really to see her silhouette as this whole analysis is going down.
May, what is your mood as Ephemera arrives?
I'm probably really stressed out. And oh, thank you, Blood Mage. May is probably really stressed out. She's probably pacing and like chain smoking. Yeah, that's probably what she's doing.
Okay. And F, how do you make your presence known? Anna?
I can't hear. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
What did you say?
How do you make your presence known?
I will knock. I'm not just gonna barge in.
May, could you like grab that? I'm still trying to.
May goes and opens the door without saying anything.
May, can I talk to you?
Sure. You okay in here for a minute, Al?
Yep, all good. And she's like clearly looking intently at the screen, not really paying attention.
Okay. She leaves and shuts the door right behind her. And what can I do for you, F?
Ephemera does not feel comfortable just confronting someone straight up about something. So she'll be super awkward about it, but it's also really important. So she would kind of pull her to the side and get in a really weird, serious mindset that might be uncomfortable for other people. May, I spoke to Jess about some things that didn't make a lot of sense. I don't know if she understands what she was talking about, but considering some of the things that I have studied in my lifetime, I have a question to ask, and I feel like I should ask it outright rather than dancing around it. But I don't want you to take it the wrong way, because I don't know the circumstances, nor do I judge. It could have been anything, but is there any possible way that you had any part in Jess becoming a vampire?
What? That's ridiculous. Why are you... What did she say?
She mentioned seeing some things and somehow a mental connection to you. And as far as I've studied, there aren't many things that have that kind of...
A mental connection?
Specifically to you.
What?
I don't have all the details. It was just in passing. She brought it up to me asking if I could help her with some information and research, but something she said stuck out to me, and I just needed to ask if you have any information on that.
Nope, I gotta say, I'm definitely not mentally connected to Jess.
Is there any way that I could, like, perception roll?
Yeah, if you would like to insight, you definitely can. May, how truthful are you being?
I think she's being at least half truthful.
Okay, are you employing any powers to improve your deception?
Yes, I am trained in deception. And
I'm trained in perception. If that...
So we not to that. I see. I don't have anything else that's specific about
I'm gonna say the fairest way to resolve this is for you both to roll a d20 for me. Highest number wins. You are welcome to spend blood points, as many as you want, because I am all about you guys being hungry. But
I'll spend 2.
you'll spend 2?
I'm at 28 now.
Okay. So for the sake of this opposed roll, you can add 2 to whatever you rolled on the dice, as in like a D&D modifier. So what is
Okay.
your total?
Oh, 21 with the 2.
I got 11.
All right, you know, because you know May pretty well, she's probably been living here, one of the longest members of the Covenant. And you know she's not telling you the complete truth about this. You don't know which parts she is lying about her, or which parts she's obfuscating.
Okay. I don't know if I should push it with her internally. I know I don't like conflict. I don't like this dramatic kind of people's secrets and things that make me uncomfortable.
Okay, let me put it
So
this way.
I will.
Part of your cipher statement is, I would rather be reading my books.
Yes.
But you're not going to get to be reading your books until this is kind of resolved. So with that in mind, make your call.
I think I'm interested enough to where I would push it a little more than I normally would.
Mhm.
So I would ask, May, I feel like you're not telling me everything. And could I use a little influence on her, or does that not work on other undead?
You can, but it's going to be harder to do.
Oh.
And I feel like she would know? Or feel?
Likely.
Okay, I'm not going to do that.
I'll have her roll to see if she senses it, but it's fairly likely she would be aware.
I don't want to break her trust. I don't usually use that on my friends.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to ask her with no influence. I feel like you're not telling me the whole truth. And this is bigger than just any secrets you have concerning this. I mean, I don't know all of the story, but if there's any part of it you can tell me to where I could help with this, I feel like it's going to become a problem down the road that will get out of hand.
Ephemera, the minute you start telling me the truth about everything is the minute I'll tell you.
That would have taken her aback. That was good.
I'm sorry.
That was good. No, that was
I
good.
would like some intimidation damage.
That friend was just like, her eyes just go kind of dark. It kind of triggered a little bit of her darkness for a second, just a second, a slight second. You see it pass her face, and then she's back to being uncomfortable. I understand. I know I can't be 100% truthful about my past and things, but when it comes to my family, I get a little curious about these things. I understand if there's something you can't tell me, but it's possible that I could help. She's got some sort of connection with you. The way she explained it, it's very strange. You don't have to tell me the whole story, but at least you know this now before I talk to her.
Yeah. You know, just if you hear anything, let me know. I do not know.
And Emma, just in case you've forgotten, because it was the first episode,
Mm-hmm.
do know that Jess has told May
Oh, yeah.
about hearing her. Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
I'm aware. I'm aware. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just totally shutting down the conversation. But I don't know. I don't know that she would trust you enough because she knows you're spooky too.
True.
I mean, pot calling kettles black is going on right now.
You can still recognize spookiness in another, I think.
Sure can. If you can spot it, you got it.
It's like he who smelt it dealt it, but with spookiness.
Okay, so Ephemera, you know that May is pushing back against you and shutting this conversation down. Do you continue?
I'm not going to push it. I'm definitely not going to use influence, but I will say, May, I'm going to talk to Jess regardless because she's asked me some questions and I can't just brush it off. Again, if there's anything you feel like you can tell me at any time, that would be great. I'm not trying to cross boundaries, but some of the things she mentioned to me are darker than what we're used to.
I mean, Jess says a lot of things, doesn't she? Really? I mean, she came back stabbed the other day. I mean, she's told me crazy things. She told me crazy things all the time, but do I believe them? No, because at the end of the day, she just comes back to me and says, your shoulder pads look bad. I'm going to shoplift. You know? Take it with a grain of salt who you're talking to here.
That definitely was a red flag a little bit in my mind, but I'm just going to let that go. So she's talking to Lamora right now, I believe, or she is going to talk to Lamora. I'll do what I can to not push this any further, but I wanted you to know. That's all.
Thank you, F. I appreciate it. And that's all she says. I think May is probably visibly shaken and probably way more stressed out than she should be about this conversation.
Well, you do know there is vodka in the living room.
Oh, that's where she goes then.
Okay, Al, you are attempting to decrypt and research the file you downloaded. So why don't we do a roll to try and resolve some of this? And obviously add any assets that you have.
Let's see. I'm trained in technology. That's one of my areas of expertise. Other than that, yeah. Hacker, possibly. If I use one intellect point, I gain quick access to a desired bit of information in a computer or similar device, or access one of its primary functions.
Okay, so for the sake of this, that will cost you 1 blood point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say to get this file 100% decrypted and unlocked in one go is going to be a level 7.
Okay.
But to get it done over time, it'll become easier.
Okay, and how many would I have to spend to bring it down to a level, let's say?
So with the hacker, that goes down to level 6.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, with your expertise, we'll take that down to level 5. And there's 2 blood points for every level decrease after that.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2 blood points to bring it to level 4.
Okay, and the way I imagine this happening is you go basically cyber vampire. You journey into the electric currents within yourself, within your powers, and you try and unlock things that way. You're cheating. You're finding back doors that don't really exist, but you make them exist because weird science happens. Under the door of this room now, May and Ephemera, you can see a bright flickering light. Almost as if there is lightning within the room, although you hear no thunder. So what do you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Perfect. And your target number was
12.
16. 12.
Yeah.
Yes, 12. Perfect. All right, so why don't you ask me 3 specific questions that you would like to know?
What is Project Greenlight?
Okay. What is Project Greenlight? What else would you like to know?
Why is it, or why would somebody want to hide or get it?
Okay.
I guess the final one would be, what is at stake if this information gets in the wrong hands?
Okay. So as you go into this file, it is a lot of information, and a lot of it was actually here to hide the important bit. And it took you a little while, and it took you going deep into the system. But Project Greenlight is a government project, an operation, which is storing and processing a lot of information about the citizens of Deadfield. And it appears that they are searching for something specific, although it's not outlined in this file what that is. and it seems they were using Jack Wallace as a mathematician or a statistician behind the algorithms at work here. Why someone would want to get it? You can imagine a number of reasons. Mostly it's a lot of private information about citizens of Deadfield. What was your final question? That was it, right?
What's at stake if
What's
this
at stake?
information gets into the wrong hands?
You imagine for a lot of people there's a lot at stake. But also the knowledge of this operation existing would be heavily damaging to public trust in the government, as conspiracy theories have been swirling since the 50s and beyond. And this is obviously evident of the government using new technologies, computer servers and similar, to survey and have intelligence on their own citizens. You imagine, I'm going to give you this for free because you used a lot of stuff to get this. Jack Wallace's life is very much in danger. So that is what you get. Upstairs, Jess, you find Lamora sat cross-legged as she had been when Ephemera had left. She seems almost to be doing kind of yoga stretches and getting comfortable, straightening her neck, rolling her shoulders, reaching up and down. And she looks almost surprised to see you as you come in, which is strange because she should have been expecting you.
I'll just be like, catch you at a bad time?
No, just working out the research. I'm old, I get stiff.
F said you wanted to see me.
Yeah, we've been doing some research in what you asked, and I guess I just have a couple of questions to help us figure it out. What do you know about when you were turned?
Like, nothing, really. I don't really remember it.
I remember when I came to the house and you were already kind of settled in. But
yeah, I don't remember like the event. I don't remember like, you know, the whole jumping out of wherever and it happening, but I remember sort of like waking up, as it were, at some point and being really, really fucking thirsty. And probably did a murder or two. I'm not, it's all a bit hazy. But then May found me and brought me here. Basically it was like, stop fucking killing people, you idiot. And then, you know, they kind of let me live here and stopped me from eating lots of people, which is probably for the best. Even though I remember at the time I was actually really pissed off about it because I was very, very, very thirsty.
do you care how it happened? Who did it?
I mean, so overall, being a vampire is fucking awesome. I love it. It's probably the best thing that ever happened to me, but it maybe would have liked to have been asked first and maybe could have set up something with my folks so they'd stop putting up posters of my face around the town. You know, we could like act like I'd actually died at some point, or, you know, I'd just skip town or whatever, rather than this awkward situation I find myself in now where I've got to either write a letter or call them.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that. Are you sure you want to tell them? I mean, I kind of thought it was a good idea, but now I'm thinking about it, like, that's an awkward conversation.
Honestly, I think it's a fucking terrible idea, but I don't know what to do because otherwise they're going to start... I mean, they already put my name and face on the TV. Right? And I mean, this whole thing I've got going on, the makeup, the hair, the clothes, that's, you know, it's cool. I like it, but it's also, you know, to hide what because before I was all like long flowing hair and, you know, sweaters and little skirts and,
leans forwards and she pushes back like that little bit of hair that's in your face and says, well, now you are iconic.
Yeah, well, but I'm not sure it is a good idea, but May and F seem to think it's a good idea. Maybe I'll get them off my back, but then I know what my dad's like. He'll be like, oh, come home. I'll give you whatever you want. Come home. How am I supposed to go home? I can't be like, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, what's in the fridge? Have you got a child in there? Because I'm hungry. You know?
Yeah, maybe not ideal.
Yeah.
But aren't you an adult? Couldn't you just leave home?
You know who my parents are, right?
Some rich people. I mean, the name rings a bell.
Yeah.
But that was before the vodka. No.
So, yeah, they're the kind of well-to-do kind of folks, They have the gardener and the car and donating money to museums and the children that aren't a disappointment to them with good jobs that keep out of trouble and don't do drugs and drink.
You have a sibling?
I have a brother.
Is he really that bad?
See, I don't know what he's actually like, but he always was a bit of a little shit to me. He was a mummy's boy. I mean, he's like 16, so there's no excuse, but he's still a mummy's boy.
Would knowing help you, or?
I don't know. I mean, I'd kind of like to know.
F and I would like to know too. Not about you. About us.
Why, what's going on with you?
She doesn't know either. Not really.
Really? Huh. Is that kind of why, she is like she is?
She's always been like she is. It was a different time.
Yeah, you're both real old, right?
I mean, compared to you. Compared to May? May's got old soul.
I didn't know much about May. Only that, she's very, comrade, sort of.
Do you know much about any of the people you live with?
I know Alice is no longer allowed to touch my electricals after she blasted me across our room that one time, and that's why she lives in the basement now.
Fair.
I know Ixis is from the future, maybe, or is an alien. Haven't quite decided which one is which yet. But no. Can't say I do.
The egg sure was something.
Right? Who comes out of an egg?
Well, I mean, technically everyone comes out of an egg, but not like that.
Yeah. And do you know what the worst thing is? How cool everybody was with it, right? So she turns up, she's wearing this future dress out of this egg, and everybody's like, how? Hey, cool. And I'm just like, is no one gonna address this? Future business?
You know what it is? Just, there's a lot of weird shit between heaven and earth. A lot. And it seems strange, but that is not the weirdest shit that any of us have probably ever heard.
What?
She reaches under the bed and she pulls out a book, and it's a slim volume with a grey leather cover and the emblem of a bat, and it says vampire embossed on it, and she hands that over.
What's this?
Something that you shouldn't break. It's a book from Europe. It's even older than I am. But I've tucked into it a few translations. Might help you understand a few things.
cool.
Just don't get it wet or leave it in the sun or nothing you do to gremlins or vampires. Did you
Gotcha.
see that movie?
Yeah, of course. Come on. Of course, I saw the movie. So twice. It's great.
Yeah, so think of this as like a mogwai, vampire, zombie hybrid. Don't do anything that would destroy one of those things,
Uh-huh.
and you will live.
Sweet. I am assuming that F doesn't know that you're handing me this.
No, but she won't notice it.
Are you sure?
She will notice, but please just take it and we'll worry about it when she notices.
Okay. I will throw you straight under the bus if she asks, though, just so you know.
You have to catch me first.
She actually scares the shit out of me. I don't know what she's capable of, so I will throw you under that bus if I catch you. I probably will catch you. I'm really fast.
How fast?
Oh, it hasn't been invented yet. Shit. I don't know. We should have a race someday.
And as you say, we should have a race someday. Lamora springs, and she's on the ceiling above you.
What the?
And she turns, and her head tilts to a strange, unnatural angle as she peers down at you. And then as you blink, trying to take in this weirdness, she stands by the door, and she pulls it open. Loser buys a vodka. And she's gone.
Oh no! Okay, I just scream after her, that's cheating! You didn't give me a chance to get ready! And then I will sprint after her. Actually, I will sprint to my room, carefully deposit the book on my bed, and then chase after her.
Okay, why don't we make a roll to see how quick you are?
Okay.
And you are welcome to spend blood points to make yourself faster.
I sure will. Okay.
So to beat Lamora,
Mm-hmm.
you need to roll level 6 or above. So that's 18 or higher.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna spend 3 lots of to bring that down by 3, so 6 blood. That will bring me to 18.
Okay. Perfect.
So I need to roll 12 or above, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, no. You spent 6 points of blood, which
Yep.
decreases it 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
3 times 3 is 9.
Oh, it's 3, not 4. Sorry, brain.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16 anyway.
Yeah. So you are a tiny fraction behind Lamora. As you dive into your room, drop the book, and she gets to the bottom of that staircase. You get out and you cheat by jumping over the staircase and just dropping that extra floor. She blitzes through into the lounge just ahead of you, and you come around through the kitchen, and you both arrive at the vodka, hand on the bottle at the same time.
Guess it's a tie.
And she, as you said that, she swipes up the bowl and unscrews it. Vampires always cheat. And she takes a deep swig.
Mm-hmm. That was some supremely spooky shit you just did, by the way. That was awesome.
And she hands you the bowl.
Good.
You have a lot to learn.
Sure do.
May, you had just been about to pour yourself a drink when 2 vampires come steaming into the room, hands hit that vodka bottle, and they begin drinking, apparently ignoring your very presence.
This isn't even the rudest thing that's happened to me today.
And Lamora swipes the bottle from Jess and offers it out to you. It's just a little race, mate. Don't worry.
She takes it and she drinks out of the bottle. And then she goes back downstairs. But not after she gives Jess just one very long look.
What
What
did I
would-
do? Did I leave my
What
lipstick on?
would Jess
something
be
again?
able to read in this look?
I don't know. I feel like Jess would maybe interpret it as, oh god, I've done something again. Like, my lipstick's all over the phone. I haven't cleaned my hair out of the shower. Or, something that's like, that would usually piss me off. But maybe there's a little extra tinge of something else under there.
No, yeah, it's not a pissed off look. It's sort of just a genuinely confused look.
Oh, okay. Jess would probably still interpret that as like, what have I done?
Yeah. If you met her gaze, she would just leave. She would scurry away. Probably.
Like to Lamora, like, what was? Did I?
And amid shrug, Lamora's face changes and her head twitches in the direction of the front door, which is beyond the lounge door that you came in through. You have a visitor, she smirks.
How are you doing this?
Vampire.
My God.
I'll be upstairs. And she walks very normally back up the stairs to F's room.
Okay. I'll go answer the door. I'll wait for somebody to knock on it first before I open it like a creepy weirdo.
All right, good to know. Meanwhile, Ephemera, what are you up to?
I was going back to my room to find Lamora and see if Jess was there. I don't know if I made it back before they raced out of the room.
I'm gonna say you didn't. I'm gonna say that you made it to the first flight and they both blasted past you, and they had this conversation, and then and then Lamora starts coming out towards you a minute tops later, and you meet on the stairs.
Just me and her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why is everyone running? What's with all the stomping?
Oh, we're just a race for the vodka.
Of
Jess
course.
is confused and seemed like a good idea to distract her before she thought too much.
Did something happen? Did you talk to her?
Yeah, she's gonna have more questions for you. But I gave her a book.
Which book?
Well, compared to some of the others, cheap. The vampire book.
Okay.
And you know that this book, there are probably about 5 other copies out there.
Mm-hmm. And she ran around the house with this book?
Well, she didn't have it when she reached the living room, so I think she put it somewhere safe.
Excellent. Okay, I trust you.
She needs answers. And you always say that you hope she'll read more, other than the books with pictures.
Fair. I know I get too attached to my books anyway. It's just how rare they are. What do you think she's going to find in this one?
She'll find a lot of stories about warmongers. She'll find out a few things we can do and a few that we can't, because everyone knows vampirism is fatally flawed.
So why did you choose that one? What did she say to you?
She's not sure if she wants answers, and she doesn't know her limits.
Did she mention the mental connection with May or the shadow
She
figures?
has no idea how she was sired.
No memories of any of it?
No fragments, no images or smells. Normally, if you prod someone, they'll have something strange they can't explain, and there was just nothing. And then she has her family to think about too. Before she gets to them, she needs to know more than she does.
I agree. I didn't get much out of May either.
Well, in that case, I'm glad she's going to bother you and not May.
There's something though. There's something that she's not telling me. I got a little bit of pushback from her when I mentioned it. I don't know what is going on, but knowing May, it could be anything, and she's not going to budge. And that means it could be something extremely important and possibly dangerous. But she seems to not think that she had any part in siring Jess.
Maybe she didn't, but maybe she still knows something. May's, I'm like to say, is exactly like a Russian doll, just secrets stacked in secrets, stacked in secrets. And you keep going and you keep going and they keep getting smaller and smaller. And you wonder if you're going to get tired before you hit the end.
She is. I don't know what else it could have been for her to have that experience. I don't know anything that would explain that without it being something incredibly dark.
It could still be linked to the shadows. Perhaps something they did enhanced an ability already there. I
Why
don't
do
know
you
everything
think
they
shadows after Jess?
That's true. We need to figure out what the shadows were sent to do. What their role is.
They can't be a good sign.
You haven't seen them, right?
No, I haven't seen anything.
Ow?
Read about them, I mean, but nothing like this. Nothing of them just showing up and then connecting her with another vampire. I don't understand what it could be without it being something. I don't know. It's scary.
Well, we still have a few more books. Be dawn in a couple of hours.
I just wonder if it relates in any way to Ixis and this strange occurrence with her coming back in time.
And Lamora's eyes go to the room that Ixis is staying in. You can hear her talking to Velvet the cat. And they're having a conversation. Ixis is asking lots of questions. The time-traveling vampire seems to have kind of abandoned everyone to their research for some quiet time. I have a lot of questions about that too.
So do I. And now I don't know how we're going to get any answers since the FBI is stepping in and taking over. That can't be good.
How did they even know?
I have no idea. They had the radiation monitors, but there's no way that unless there's an informant or they have some sort of bug on my operations. But why would the FBI be concerned with an art and history museum in a small town in the middle of the city? I don't understand why they would have any radar set off to catch anything. It feels sketchy. Something else, something bigger is going on.
Well, perhaps we should make some calls and see if we can find a safe house. A lot of things seem to be happening around you all.
I definitely don't feel safe.
Place. Let's get to the bottom of the shadows. We can do more from there.
Sounds good.
May, when you abandoned the living room, where did you go?
Oh, I'm back downstairs to Al.
All right, so let's see. You come in as the lightning has faded, and the room is actually weirdly dark, save for the light of the monitor in front of Al.
I will go in and I will, without saying anything, uncomfortably invade your personal space.
Oh, shit!
Sorry. I know you told me before. Stop doing that.
Yeah, okay. So, good news, I found things.
You found things?
Bad news is like really, it's complicated stuff. Like, really big, could fuck up the whole town kind of stuff.
What do you fuck up the whole town? How?
So, this, and she kind of gestures towards the screen, which probably just has like lines upon lines of data, has data on pretty much everybody in town.
Data on what like their phone numbers?
A little more personal than that.
Like they put the phone book on a computer?
It's not just phone numbers. It's like,
So to clarify just really quickly, Kiana, you have basically the categories of information they have. You don't have all the information. That's on the massive server somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to clarify that.
So, it's kind of like an index or something. So that
Of people.
yeah. So
That must be what the shadows wanted. I entered things in and people came up.
yeah. So there's a lot of personal information on whatever the server that we just got this from. The government wants it, is using it, and Jack, whatever his name is, he's kind of been helping sort everything. He's probably gonna die.
He's gonna what? He's what? No. What?
You know, he's kind of one of the crucial parts of this thing, and if
the government's doing it, then why is the FBI raiding it?
beats me.
Why would they care? No. I have been working with Jack for a long time. He is a good numbers guy, and he has no idea what I'm doing. I put years into this.
Right.
You also know that Jack hasn't got a creative bone in his body.
Yeah.
So that's what this whole project is. Something government, something with all this data. I just took the filing system.
You found the file. I guess, Al, do you want access to this? Could you use this? Would this be useful to you?
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also be lying if I said it wasn't ethically questionable.
Ethically questionable to know what's going on with a bunch of humans?
My thing is that I don't think it's just humans.
No. Well, I mean, obviously it's not. I mean, if they have us there, it's not humans. But do you have some reason to believe that they are tracking us in a way that makes them think that we are not humans?
I don't know about that, but if they have information on everybody in Deadfield, we're kind of counted in that group.
Yeah, but if they don't know anything, then they don't know anything. I think it might be useful.
So this just brings to the whole thing.
Mhm.
What do the shadow people want with it? Because if this information gets in the wrong hands, it could be bad. Like real bad. Like worse than probably what I could do bad.
That's true. I suppose that's true. Yes.
So also I don't really know anything else about this other than just, this is a file category thing. We probably need to find Jack. A, so he doesn't die, and B, so we can ask him questions.
Yes. I think you're right. But Al, I want this for us. Imagine. What if this has the information? We can track the people who will never get forgotten. Never be forgotten. Or will always be forgotten. Never be remembered. That's the opposite. Imagine I said that the first time and it sounded imagine that. We could test everything we need for anything we do. We can know what they know. Maybe we could change it.
I mean, yeah. Only thing is that the data is still on the servers. Like, I can't reach it from here again. This is like just an index. So we're gonna have to do that whole sneaky into things again and try not to get caught thing.
Okay. That works. I'll bring Patty some brandy this time. I know. I should have planned ahead. I may have committed us to a double date with her grandson. And
I'm sorry, what?
No, I wasn't gonna bring this up right now. I was gonna bring it up closer to the day, but like I did. it was the only way to really get out. She asked if we could go on a double date with her grandson and her grandson's friend.
Okay, so who's the other date?
Oh, it's you. Was I not clear about it's you and me and the grandson's friend? I've heard the grandson's friend is very nice.
Oh, great.
He works at a Radio Shack. I've never been there. It's always closed by the time it's nighttime. But
I was just kind of like, okay. Remember the last time when I was forced to socialize with a stranger?
Well, that won't necessarily happen again. It could be better.
I don't know how to talk to people. Machines are a lot easier, and friends and, their cousins are a lot easier to talk to. I can't just go up to I don't know, some person that I've never met before and just be like, hey, let's talk about, I don't know, human things.
Well, he knows about radios, so you'll be fine there. And he knows about shacks, too. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll let them take us to dinner. We'll get some drinks, and then Patty will owe us a favor, and she will leave us alone.
Okay, don't blame me if I am really awkward because, I can't socialize really well.
That's okay. We'll be fine. Maybe, if you really like him, we can turn him and it'll be great. It's gonna have to happen sometime, right? Somebody you can talk to about radios and your little shack.
Yeah, no, I'm attached to my work. That's what I do. I don't really have time to think about, dating. Or not even like dating. It's like forever dating if you turn somebody.
Oh, not necessarily. I mean, they break up and they get back together.
That's just so complicated.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. We just do this one thing. If we don't like him, maybe a couple weeks later we can like kill the friend, but not the grandson. Not the grandson.
Okay.
Okay.
Breakups that should have happened. Jess, you hear the knock on the door, and you open the door, and there stands Bud.
Oh shit.
He has in his hands a box and a piece of paper kind of leaning on top of the box. Hi, Jess.
Hi.
That was quick.
I was literally by the door. What's this?
Oh, I noticed your headlight was out, and he hands you the box, and he scrambles to get that bit of paper back off the top.
I'll grab the paper before he takes it off.
You grab it, and you see that it is a missing poster of you. And I saw that.
Huh. Weird, huh? She looks just like me.
I was super close to your face earlier. Yeah, she looks a lot like you, Jess.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? Yeah.
Really? That's what you're going with? It's weird?
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Like, what is going on? Are you in trouble?
No?
Yeah, sure. This is totally normal. Forget it. Sure.
No, Bo. Come in.
And he comes in and he closes the door behind him. You see his red sports car out there.
I'm just go get comfy on the sofa. I've got vodka on the table. I'm just gonna put this in my room and I'll be right back. I'll be 2 seconds. You surprised me. I haven't put deodorant on. I'm a stinky mess. I'll be back in a second. I run to my room, chuck the headlight onto my bed, run straight upstairs to Ephemera and Lamora, and I'm like, there's someone here who knows who I am. He's found the poster.
Oh, slow down. I know we did fast, but now do slow.
Okay, so a guy is here who I've hooked up with a few times at the door with a poster of me.
Vampire guy?
No, very much fleshy human boy man.
Jess, has this person been in the house before?
Yeah. Look,
Okay.
look. No, FF. You know, like some people may not think highly of me, but I'm not that much of a tramp. I use my own bed sometimes.
Bring him here.
Up here?
I'm gonna erase it. I'm gonna mess with his head. Just bring him.
No, he's pretty cool though. He's not immediately running for the hills. He hasn't phoned the police. Are we gonna? You gonna melt his mind over that?
He knows where we live. He knows you are.
Hold on. Let's get to the question.
He knows I'm bum in bed, but he doesn't know about my teeth or anything.
I think I'm going to leave you two to talk about this. I will go and entertain the fleshy human boy. Where did you leave
Don't
him?
let him leave.
He's in the living room with the vodka. He
Good.
did drive here though, so don't let him drink.
No, let him drink. Just don't let him leave.
All right. I will supervise vodka and boy.
Uh-huh.
You decide what you're doing. Maybe warn the others there's a fleshy boy in the house.
Okay.
Because, they may be questioning if this is, microwave meal or not.
Good point.
So Emma just put in backstage chat, May lines the walls with garbage bags and puts on her rubber gloves.
Not really.
Okay. So
Maybe.
Lamora goes downstairs. She walks like a normal human being would walk. A little faster, and maybe she slides down the banister of one of the flights because she is in a hurry and it's fun to slide down a banister. And you hear the living room door close.
Jess, he knows about the house. You know how I feel about the house.
I know. That's why I always made sure he wasn't here when you were, and he was gone by the time he got home. Look. He's a good guy. Look, usually, like when we kill and eat someone, I don't care because I don't know them. I know this guy now. It would be horrible if I did this, if we did this. And if he melted his mind, I'd feel awful about it too.
What is the extent of his knowledge?
Well, he knows where we live, obviously. He doesn't know that I'm a vampire. May have been him a few times, but played it off. He never noticed. But this is the first sign that I've had that he knew about who I was before the teeth. He just came. He brought me a headlight for my bike, which was really sweet, but also he brought a missing poster. And he wouldn't accept that it was like weird that it looked like me. He knows that I'm missing.
Does he know your real name?
He knows that I'm called Jess. Don't know if he knows my surname. He's never really had cause to use it.
But that's the name on the poster, isn't it?
Yep. So yeah, he does, I guess. Which means he knows who my family are.
You really believe that he's safe and trustworthy?
We've always been pretty casual. I don't know.
I think this is taken a
Here's
lot.
the thing, right? Some days he's walked away with two little puncture marks. He's never said anything.
Maybe he knows more than you think.
Maybe he does.
Can I at least talk to him?
Okay, but you have to promise me that you're not going to melt his mind.
I won't melt his mind, but I will push a little.
Alright. Everyone in the house hears a blood-curdling scream, followed by an, oh shit! Unusually, for those downstairs in the basement, you hear a male voice in the house.
Great.
Alright, Jess is shooting downstairs. What's everyone else doing?
Same.
Same? Ephemera's running downstairs. Al, what are you doing?
How in the middle of their awkward conversation. Dating.
Yeah, pretty much like as you're discussing, like, stuck forever, love shack, yay. You hear this scream upstairs in this male voice, and it's, you know, every bad date has come to visit all at once.
Great. We should probably have to. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
The
Run
entire
upstairs.
covenant assembles in the living room, a feat known only to happen once in a blue moon. With the exception, of course, of Ixis, our newest covenant member. And you see Bo and, or you would know, a man in a sports jacket and jeans, his hair combed way too neatly, wrestling for the remote with Lamora as the TV blares out some Black Lagoon style special. And clearly they'd gone to town on the TV and it was up super loud because Ixis had been watching and Ixis likes watching it loud. And that is what you come into. The vodka bottle has been knocked over and is kind of dripping over the table. And within a blink of an eye, May and Al, you come in through the kitchen. Jess and F, you come in through the living room door to the corridor, and you all stand there. And they both stand there like... You have a lot of roommates, Jess.
It's a big house. Is everybody okay? What's happening? I heard a scream.
Lamora finally goes and hits the button on the actual TV itself to turn off the TV. Background noise.
I just flop onto a couch, just like, oh god.
You didn't think I'd... Lamora, tell her you're fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
No, Bo, no, Bo, that's not, oh god.
And Lamora is like ham acting, like, why wouldn't I be fine? I know you're very strong and all, but I mean...
I'm just dying. I'm sitting on the sofa with my head in my hands, dying. Okay, so nobody's hurt. It was just the TV. Everybody can go now. Thank you.
It's rude not to introduce your new friend to the rest of us, Jess.
I'm Bo, and he's gonna come over to you and offer out a hand.
I'm May. She will give him a very weak, like one of those handshakes. That's super weak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of those.
Mm-mm.
And he turns to Al. Yeah, Bo. Sure. And he turns back to the other doorway, where F is. Bo.
She's got her arms folded and she just looks at him. She doesn't say anything.
I mean, I know it's the middle of the night, but did I interrupt a party?
No, my roommates are weird.
No, they seem great.
Mm-hmm.
He's like surrounded by all these women suddenly and doesn't know what to do.
Yep.
I was thinking, it's like 3 a.m. Everyone would be asleep. He'd see Jess. And now there's a room full of women. He was not prepared.
Jess just cannot stay still. She is so uncomfortable with this whole situation. Like, and she's kind of looking at Ephemera because I know Ephemera wants to talk to Bo.
Bo, why don't you sit? And she kind of pushes him down towards the sofa to sit next to you, so the two naughty children can sit on the sofa together.
Jess is just like, I'm so sorry. Whispering it to him. Dude, I'm so sorry. I had
Are
no
they
idea this
holding
would
you
happen."
hostage?
No, they're just really fucking weird. I told you, man. Like, usually we stay out of each other's way. This is, new.
This
Sorry.
is intense.
Yeah, it is.
And all of you can hear all of this because you're vampires and you have great hearing. And also they're not that quiet.
No.
What do
So,
you need?
hey, May, Alice, it's nice seeing you, but you should be getting to bed. It's pretty late. Wouldn't want to keep you up.
Oh, yes, I am tired too.
Mm-hmm. It's late.
Well, I'll be heading to bed, but if you guys decide that you want to have a bit of a bite, you let me know, because I'm famished.
I'll let you know if we order a pizza.
Or some hamburgers.
Or hamburgers. Yeah. I'll let you know. The usual?
Sounds good, sweetie.
Good night.
Ow, without another word, just backs away out of there.
I'll see you upstairs then, F. I'm very tired.
I won't be long.
And she gives you a look like, I really want to hang out, okay. And Laura leaves.
She's invited if she wants to stay.
Or are you going to verbally tell her she can stay?
I can give her a look that I think she would understand.
You know, one more drink. Oh, the vodka. And then you rescue that vodka bottle and like hold it out. There's like a dreg, and she just drinks it. I'll just pop in the kitchen and get another one. And she goes through and she returns with a full bottle of vodka because she knows where May hides hers, and puts it on the table. It's the good stuff. Russian premium.
Is that Mace?
It's vodka.
Uh,
So, Bo.
oh no.
Yes, Lamora? It's nice to meet you, by the way. I'm sorry, I should have done the handshaking. And he's like panicking. He is like physically not sure what is going on in any way. And he's like, the hand's going out, then it's coming back because he realizes that's weird, and then it goes out again because he's already offered it once. And she kind of takes his hand, and she takes, you know, the other one comes in, and she's trying to like, it's okay. All right, we still have some glasses from earlier. I shall pour. F, Bo, F. Bo, Jess, Bo.
Oh, we're acquainted.
All right, and she pours, and she falls silent.
I want to pick up that poster and just hold it and look at it and then look back at him and then look at Jess. Bo, what's this?
It was, on the lamp post outside. And he kind of points sheepishly towards the door. You know, he is lying. It was not on the lamp post outside.
Bo, where was it really?
There were a lot of them.
And why did you bring it here?
Because that's Jess.
Are you sure?
Come on, what the fuck is going on here?
And I'm going to push a little into his mind
Alright.
and ask him some more questions.
Alright, so this is going to cost you, I'm going to say 2 blood points per question. He is already frazzled, so it's super easy for you to get in there. But I would like you to make a roll, just in case you roll a 1.
Just straight roll?
Yep.
17.
That's fine. So yeah, you are in his head.
And at this point, I'm hoping with the way that I'm pushing, it won't hurt him, but it'll sufficiently confuse him to where the questions I'm asking him aren't going to seem out of the ordinary. Bo, what do you know about Jess?
And his mind, you see, are you asking him like fully in his head, or do you say anything out loud?
I say it out loud.
Okay, his mind flicks to scenes from earlier, which involve a lot of naked bodies and a lot of drugs.
But nothing that would suggest, she's a vampire.
You don't see anything that comes to his mind unless you are going to prompt him out loud regarding that. It's some pretty steamy Game of Thrones material in there.
Damn, Jess.
It's creative. He kind of stammers out, we're just friends. I bought her a part for the bike. I was gonna ask her on a date on Saturday.
And you brought this poster, why?
Because it's weird. She's missing. She's right here. That's not right.
Tell me everything you know about Jess. Everything.
You see flashes of the Ferris wheel and the boardwalk. You see various encounters, other places that they've had. You see an image of them riding through the sunshine in a red sports car. But as far as you know, that's not possible because Jess is a vampire and sunshine would kill her. I met her down on the boardwalk and we hung out a few times. I have nothing to do with the poster. Like, he's seriously confused, like, why he's being interrogated when he came here with a wanted poster, or not wanted, but a missing poster for Jess.
Okay, I'll pull out of his mind. I'm pretty satisfied knowing that he doesn't know about who she is or what we are.
Mm-hmm. If you wanted, while you were in there, you could push a level deeper to not just have surface images, but to more poke around and investigate the filing cabinets in his brain, if you like.
I would like to know his intentions now that he has found this poster.
Okay.
If he has any intentions of doing anything or pushing any further, or if he's safe.
Okay, so you have a choice. You can ask him what is he going to do about this poster, or you can just push into his brain and see if you can see just anything, but without directing him, it's going to be random what you get.
I kind of want to push. I just want to see if there's anything in his makeup or in his memory that would suggest that he's someone that I should be concerned with.
All right, so to go deeper, you need to make a level 3, which is a 9 or above.
Okay.
You're already in, so it's a little bit easier.
I got a 3.
3. All right, you push into his mind, and you keep getting like almost thrown out back towards the surface thoughts. It's hard to concentrate. He's trying to concentrate on like answering your questions and figuring out what's going on. So it's almost kind of like when a phone gets on like a loading, like a circle of death type loading situation, you can't get into that information.
Is this something that would concern me as to that maybe he's hiding something, or is just something that I feel like I'm not strong enough at the moment because of my lack?
Insight roll.
Could I use, well, I have investigation and identifying and perception. I don't know if those.
What does your investigation give you? Does it say, or it just says you have investigation skill?
Yeah, it just says I have it skills in identifying and perception.
Okay, so I will say that makes it like 1 level easier for you.
I do have a knowledge is power skill in assessing danger, but I don't know if that would apply.
I would say this would apply. You're trying to assess if he is dangerous to you or Jess.
Okay. So I would add 2.
2. Or I would make your thing 2 levels easier for you.
Okay.
This task is 2 levels easier. I'm gonna say this is a complicated question that you're asking. I'm gonna say it's level 5, so it goes down to level 3. So this was 9 and above again.
Okay. 15.
Okay, perfect. So you do see in his mind, very briefly, the idea of police. There is definitely a concern in his mind. You get like a worry, like an anxiety type thing, and you do get a flash of like blue lights, but you don't see exactly the relationship between his thoughts and those lights. So it's possible that he is thinking about calling the police, or there are police involved, and he's definitely very concerned about this poster and this situation.
Okay, I don't feel comfortable letting him just walk out of the house without any form of, I don't know, knowing that he's not going to do anything. I'm not going to push him right now. I'm going to kind of back off for a bit and talk to the other two. But he's still in that state, as far as I'm concerned, where when he hears us talking, it's not going to be like, oh, red flags. It's kind of,
okay, I need you to plant the suggestion in his mind that anything he hears from now on is interesting to him.
Okay.
You're going to need to suggest because he's very anxious.
Okay.
Because this is an ability you have, just spend 2 blood points and you can put the suggestion there because you are in his brain.
Okay.
Okay. Just for your part, you've just seen Bo attempt to answer Ephemera's questions, look extremely confused and concerned.
I'm giving the Ephemera the I told you not to look. I'm visibly getting pissed off with Ephemera at this point.
I would like to, since I'm in somewhat of an emotional state with everything that's going on, even from the egg and the FBI to now, I kind of want to just push her a little back off.
Okay, are you doing this mentally or just gonna say it? You're mentally gonna push it out?
Like she'll feel it in her emotions.
All right, so you turn to Jess and you see Ephemera's eyes are hard and cold. Jess, I need you to make a roll versus level 3.
Okay. 19.
Damn.
So you feel the push from Ephemera, and it is a stop what you're doing, but it is not a command that kind of overtakes you. It's just you do just feel her will against you. Yeah,
it's not a command. It's not like a force. It's more of I want her to feel like a.
If she, the reason I said at level, if she'd have failed, she would have been intimidated by you.
Okay, cool.
Jess is not easily intimidated.
She's also a young punk that doesn't respect her body. So, I feel like at this point, Jess would stand up and glare at Ephemera.
Maybe I should go.
No.
I think you should take her with you.
Lamora, stay.
Oh, sorry, that was, bye.
Okay, no, he's definitely not gonna go.
No,
I'm not gonna do the same thing to him.
Bo, just hold on a sec. Ephemera?
She'll look at you, but there's no words right now.
Back off.
Or what?
Back off.
Jess, let's just go to your room.
Yeah, let's go. I'll take Bo's hand and lead him upstairs.
And Lamora, you become aware, had also stood up and is behind Ephemera. She was seeing vampires about to kill each other. I wasn't about to let that happen. Too pretty. So yeah, Bo goes with you up to that 2nd floor.
In my room straight away, shut the door, lock the door. I'm so sorry about that, man. She can get a bit much at times. I think she owns this place and everybody in it.
It's fine, it's not important.
Look, Bo, why did you bring that poster today?
I thought it was weird, but it's not important now.
Can I tell that she's been noodling, like, with his responses?
It's fairly obvious that some parts of his responses are not really his own.
Mm-hmm. I'll just sort of like touch his face, like, oh man. Look, there is a reason why those posters exist, and why I'm here and not with my family. But maybe I'll tell you someday. But it's nothing bad. Just some family bullshit. And my dad being my dad.
I know the feeling. And he pulls you into a hug.
I hug him.
Okay. Meanwhile, downstairs, Lamore and F are in the living room. May, Al, you retreated back to Al's room, down the hatch in the kitchen to the basement. What's going on in the basement?
See, I told you I'm not great at talking to people I don't know. I literally just...
You did fine. Fine. He's surely they're about to eat him, and they better tell us when they do. But
I don't know if they're gonna eat him.
Why wouldn't they? They'd let a person in here and not eat him? That seems like a bad idea. Do you ever let humans in here and not eat them? I mean,
no, because I don't really have humans that I talk to.
Oh, right. That's your whole thing. I forgot. Yes.
I talk to you guys and Sunny, and that's it.
Have you always been like that? Did you never talk to humans before?
Anyways,
we never had this conversation.
No, we can. I could just write down all this information that I just got from the file, so that way we can have it down, and I don't have to rely on the screen.
Okay. Is that what you'd like to do? I sense that you're changing the subject.
She completely changed the subject. She's not good at doing it. She's just like, no.
That's fine. It's a hard no. She gets it. Sure, I think you should do that. Are there any clues here about where we can find Jack?
That's a good question.
All right. Why don't you make me a roll to have a look through the information, because you weren't looking for that before.
Yeah. Do I just do a straight roll, or?
I'm gonna say this is a level 4 because you've got to hunt through to find information and to know for definite or not if it's here.
All right. That is a 19.
Okay, so you make the roll. What specifically is your question?
Is there anything in here that points in where Jack could be?
Okay, you can say with certainty there is nothing in here which gives a location for the server or any sort of headquarters or addresses that you would apply to where Jack could be.
Right, okay, so again, this is like an index. I don't actually have the data here. I have to go back. But if we do, I'll probably be able to pin it.
Go back to work? Sure.
Do I have to wear the outfit again?
I have many others to choose from if you want to.
Do I still have to wear the heels again?
I think if it's a Monday or a Thursday, you can wear flats. If you want to on any of the other days, then you have to it's kind of ironic really for you and me. You have to give $1 to the Red Cross Foundation or donate blood. They make you do that. But I just give $1 if I want to wear flats.
Okay, I'll remember $1 and I'm wearing flats because, yeah, that hurt a lot.
Oh yeah, eventually you stop feeling it. And you just don't feel it at all for a while. But sure, that's fine. You do you. That's fine. Maybe we can find you some little kitten heels for the date.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm being an asshole.
No. Hilarious.
Yeah. So is this the same day that we were at work, or is this the next day?
Same day.
Same day. Okay. Well, we'll just go back to work tomorrow. And hopefully we'll find Jack. I mean, do you think he's safe? Do you think we should wait? How much more time is there in the night?
It's about 3 a.m., so you've got about 3 hours till dawn.
Considering how much time it takes to go through the data, we're probably gonna be safer tomorrow.
Okay.
Or do you want to like stay in the office building all day?
I must admit, I would be able, if I did, I might be able to see who it is who keeps moving the stuff in my drawer, who does not respect the shift drawer sanctity. I'm really hungry, so I might eat them, but I would prefer not to do that today. Not with Jack missing.
Yep.
But if you ever want to help me with that, you can. It's going to be a good day.
Okay. So I'm just going to formulate some questions for the rest of the night.
Okay.
Unless you want me to do anything else, May, I think I'll just stay and do work.
That's fine. I can sense you want to be quiet, like you've talked to me so many times before about. So I will let you be quiet, but I do want to let you know I appreciate all of your help and wearing the heels and doing the thing and dealing with Patty. Thank you.
Well, anything for the coven?
Yep. One day they'll all be dead and it'll be thanks to you. And then she just leaves.
Okay. I'm gonna say that Bo is gonna camp in Jess's room until he is told to leave.
I keep him there until daytime.
Alright, the sun starts coming up about 6 a.m.
As the sun's coming up, I'm like, you should probably, go home.
He kind of yawns and stretches. I imagine you kind of like vegged out on the bed.
Yeah.
Sharing like headphones, listening to whatever music there is going on. He's been quiet a lot of the time, mostly just kind of thinking and not saying anything. Sure. Yeah, I've got. Oh shit. Yeah, I should go.
I'm sorry about, everything.
If it ever gets too crazy around here, you could always crash with me.
That's sweet. And hey, thanks for the headlight. I realized I didn't say thank you, which was dick move.
Yeah, I noticed yours was busted earlier.
Thanks.
Sure. And he kind of leans over and kisses you on the forehead, like, you're being patronizing, I'm gonna patronize you. Bye.
Drive safe.
And he gets to the door, and as he's about to go through, he stops and he reaches into his inner jacket pocket and he pulls out some more weed and he just throws it to you on the bed.
See, there's a reason why I keep you around.
And he goes, and you hear his kind of resigned walk down the stairs.
Yeah.
And out the front door.
Slam my bedroom door. Kick my furniture around. Then go to sleep after I've had a tantrum.
Alright, and you trash your room. Why don't you make a roll for me? See how bad your tantrum is.
Oh.
Or rather, let's see how controlled you are.
That's an 18.
An 18. I'm gonna say that in slamming the door, you actually managed to pull it off its hinges. So it's now wonky in your doorway. You managed to smash about 50% of your record collection. That is gone.
Oh no!
These are fragile things, and you threw something and it went. And they are now on the floor, smashed up. You put your fist through one of the walls,
Yeah.
one of the internal walls. Your bed is probably a little wonky on its legs right now. And
Mm-hmm.
you threw yourself on it with great speed and force. And basically, if anyone walked in here, they'd expect that you were dead based on the tornado that has apparently ripped this place apart. Your clothes are everywhere. Your makeup, you've smashed that blue eyeshadow and it's just kind of smeared across the place where you couldn't give a fuck about cleaning it up. And you've fallen asleep in the shit tip that you've left in your wake, in the wake of Jess. And I'm going to say that you lose 4 blood points.
Okay. Oh no.
As you had a real tantrum. And you used some of that energy because you don't know your limits and you don't know how to control yourself.
Nope. Yikes.
Ephemera and Lamora went back up to Ephemera's room and they will be resting and researching up there. May, is there anything you wanted to do with the rest of your night?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just go to bed. Yeah.
And Al, for now, I'm going to say that you don't get any more information. You're still processing things. You've started setting up some algorithms to try and read this file quicker, get to what's important and what's not. And that'll take you a few hours until the end of the evening. If that's okay, Kiana? Okay. The sun rises and the sun sets. And it is a new evening in New Amsterdam. Who would like to awaken first? No.
I will.
Okay.
I get up at the same time every day.
You do.
I guess I would get up. I would do my whole work time routine, like file the teeth and brush the teeth and put on stuff, adjust my shoulder pads, get all ready in my room before I went downstairs.
Today is a double shoulder pad day. It's one of those days where you get like the extra one and you shove it in for the extra.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yes, you totally need those. Let's see, what day of the week is it?
Let me think. I think this is probably around Thursday.
If it's Thursday, she'll wear flats today.
I don't know what day of the week it must be. I'm gonna say it's Thursday.
That
People
works.
can fight me in the comments later.
I think it's Thursday. So yeah, she wears her flat. She wears her Argyle stockings. Yeah, it's good luck. It is, and so she gets ready. She knocks on Al's door, really gently.
Al this time is not completely taken off guard. She opened up the door. I can see that she's like shrugging on a bunch of the same stuff as before. Give me a second. And like closes the door and quickly puts on basically the same outfit as the other day. Just now with flats instead of heels.
Alright, tell me about these flats that you've taken from your wardrobe.
Oh boy. She hasn't worn these in a very long time. I think she got them probably, I'd say like the 60s, for some event that she was going to.
I'm gonna say then that these are wicker flats. These are white wicker flats that you thought were great, and you liked them so much you spray painted them black because more aesthetic.
Yeah, and also it's easier to hide the stains of work. So she hadn't worn these in quite some time, and so she just kind of like pulls them out. She didn't buy clothes for herself very often, so this was one of those indulgences. And after getting dressed, we'll get her satchel and stuff all her stuff in it again, and open the door. Okay, I think I'm good. Also,
Excellent.
this time I brought my own floppy disks because we are not doing that whole hunt for them again.
No, it's so inefficient. I have filed a suggestion about that. I don't think anybody answers the suggestions in the box. But
And why would you have them?
I think it just makes people feel better. To have a place to complain. And gives them a ray of hope that perhaps one day their lives will be better, even though they definitely will not be. Basically that.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So, let's get the bus.
Yep. Head out again.
All right. Is there anything you would like to do before you leave the house, just to be sure?
I'm taking my cell phone with me. And that's
Right, you go outside, and it is a stormy, rainy day in Deadfield. The streets are pretty busy as people try and make their way home from work. You get on the bus, and there is no sitting room. You are forced to stand and do your best not to fall over every time the bus stops. Suddenly, this driver apparently has a very heavy foot. Deadfield itself is about as alive as you ever see it. There are roadworks, and you are actually taking down a diversion. It takes you down the main shopping street of New Amsterdam, as you think of it. The place is very busy. Bright signs show sales, and all of the latest and new advertisements light up on various electronic boards. Buy now, be happy later, is what they say. And eventually you arrive outside your building. The stop is very convenient. Right on that corner. What do you do?
just get off the bus and go inside, yeah?
Yep. Right.
I forgot the brandy for Patty. Oh well.
Maybe we could go get some before we get there?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay.
So you do know where there's like an off-license cigarette newsstandy type store? And it's just like a block across, it's not far. So you can easily go there and pick up whatever you want. So what do you pick up?
I'd want a pack of Patty cigarettes and and if they have booze at this newsstand, I want like the cheapest, grossest brandy because I bet that's the one that she likes.
There is it's in a bright red bottle and it's a cherry brandy and it's like 90% sugar, 90% alcohol. Like that's the weird combo it's advertising basically. Like super sweet, super alcoholic.
That sounds amazing. I would totally have that. I will get that for Patty. Do you want anything else?
Maybe just a box of cigarettes so I don't keep taking it from other people. And I have something to do while they socialize.
That's a good idea. Yeah, people won't ask you to talk if you're busy.
All right. So what cigarettes do you get, Al? You have a whole display of many colored boxes. Some of them have little animals on. Some of them have, little crowns.
She doesn't really know. She doesn't smoke on a regular basis. It's just I need to look like a person that socially exists in this universe type of thing for her. So she'll just kind of take whatever.
All right. So you just kind of grab the nearest box. You pay for your... I'm assuming you pay. Okay. You pay for your various purchases. Get given them in a brown paper bag. And you can go. Kiana, your cigarettes, let's find out what brands they are. Chat, tell me, what brand of cigarettes did Kiana buy? Please make up a fictional one. Consider how camel is a type of cigarette in real life. What animal could we put on this box? That sort of thing. Give us suggestions in chat, please. All right, and you make your way back towards the office building. You take the elevator up to your floor.
Patty. How you doing?
Didn't you hear?
Yeah. Happy birthday, sweetie.
It's not my birthday.
It's not? I thought it was for sure.
No, it's Lou's down in accounting.
Oh, well, you know what I think of Lou. I got stuff for you. It's my mistake. But
Hey, happy birthday to me.
happy birthday to you, Patty. Would you like to see the presents I got you? What?
Hey, hold on. Did you hear
What?
about the dead guy?
What dead guy?
Yeah, right around the corner the other night.
There's a dead guy around the corner?
Yeah, got whacked in an alley.
Got whacked? What are you, Patty? I didn't know there was a mob presence in this area.
There's a mob presence in every area. It's a conspiracy.
Interesting. What happened? Do they know anything?
I don't know. He's dead. It's tragic. It was nearby.
That's Patty, that's terrifying. Has anybody asking any questions? Has the FBI been back? Is it related to what happened to Jack?
It could have been us. We were here. And she is taking the brown paper bag from you. She's unwrapping the brandy. She's got the cigarettes out. What do you say about Jack?
Is there any news about him? I've just been so worried about him this whole time. Haven't you too, Al?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very
Oh,
worried. Hi.
didn't know you were friends.
Yes.
Well, she works here too, doesn't she? We all thrive under Jack's leadership.
Yeah, I saw her on the computer. I remember.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you do? Ah, well. Did you see what I got you? Is that your brand?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I just intuition from working with you so long. Something
You
about the
got a
smell
good
of it.
brain, May. That's why I like you.
Thanks, Patty. Well, we're gonna go do a little
Looks
bit
are for some people, but I like a girl with brains.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But you are Raymond's type.
Raymond, your grandson.
Yeah,
His name is Raymond. That's a great name.
yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, have you
They wouldn't
told-
let me choose the name. I'm sorry.
That's what would you have named him, Patty?
I would have liked a Clark. Or, oh, now you got me thinking. I like a lot of things, And she, taps the cigarette, lets one puff out, lights it up in the middle of the office because it's the 80s and you can do that.
You can do that. Yes. Well, I'm glad to hear I'm Raymond's type. Looking forward to that double date with Al here.
Yeah, that's right. You're lucky. His friend's name's Bruce.
Oh.
It's
Sounds
a good
like a
name.
football player.
Sure, football.
Great. Yeah. Totally looking forward to it.
You're kind of awkward. You need to chill out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Taps the cigarette packet and hands you one.
I have one already. And she's just gonna pull out her own pack.
Oh, wow. That's a good brand.
What band is it, Charlie?
I like me some of those snobfish filters. That's not what I'm getting with. I'm sorry, that was just such a funny suggestion. Oh, tapir. That's a real unusual animal, but it has a long nose. I like it. And it's like a baby tapir, so it's like the stripy black and white little cute thing. It's got little reedy marshes upside it.
Those have extra long filters like the nose.
Yeah! And they're kind of exotic. They're definitely American made.
Yeah.
Or, national made.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna have a smoke and do some work Right, May? That's what we're gonna do.
That's what we all do.
Good. And she reaches down and she picks up this large stack of files. And she says, "You can file these. You're the intern, right?"
Temp, yes. And she's just gonna. She doesn't know how to say no in this situation, so she's just gonna take it. Okay. I am going to go and do this.
You know, May.
Yes, Patty.
Raymond doesn't work far from here. Maybe we could have lunch together in like 3 hours.
Oh, he works the night shift too.
No, but I can tell him to stay in the city.
You know, I think Al and I, we have a lot of work to do, especially with that filing that you gave to Al. We might have to just work straight through lunch.
Well, I guess.
You gotta make up for the day that we missed. It's our secret, right?
What day did we miss?
I don't know.
I didn't miss a day.
No.
She's like furiously going through her calendar.
Nope, you didn't. But I would love to make a date, maybe on the weekend.
Yeah. A long date.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
go to the zoo.
We could what?
Go to the zoo.
The zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, see a bunch of caged animals held there against their will. That sounds great.
Yeah, you could go see a tapir.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's put it in the idea box and think about it for a while.
Fuck the idea box and its little smiley face.
I know, it's patronizing, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes I like to draw a mustache on it.
Look at you. You're leading the resistance, Patty.
You know! And she's about to go into it. And you know this is about to be a very long diatribe about something.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I'm going to pour her a drink. And then I'm just going to full on leave and let her talk. Behind me.
In the 40s, I was... She kind of fades into the middle distance background. All right, what do you get up to, guys?
Al's holding on to the stack of papers.
This is a big stack. This is...
Yeah.
Patty was not messing around.
It's kind of like she's holding it like in her arms and it's like covering most of her face, so she has to kind of... So... I'm trying to... I should probably go and do this, but also do the other thing.
You know what? You do the other thing. I'll do this.
Okay. And she's just gonna, do that thing where she's like handing something over and she's not sure when you've got it. So it's kind of like that awkward,
like you're half hugging.
Yeah.
I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll check on you soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Al's just gonna scurry to the server room.
All right, so you know where the computer terminal is. You don't know where the server is.
Right.
So that's upper floor for the kind of computer terminal, library type space.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of in the server room when I got the Project Greenlight information.
You were linked to the server room.
Right. So okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hop over there. And hope to not get caught.
Elevator up. Ephemera. You and Lamora finished out the evening researching, not talking, just letting things lie, unless there was something you wanted to raise with Lamora.
No, she's in a mood. She does not want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And she really needs to eat at this point.
All right. And so we are on a new day. May and Al have gone out. You assume to May's work, but they didn't really tell you where they were both going. You did hear kind of in the depths of dawn, 6 a.m.-ish, a terrible sound from Jess's room. But it was kind of right as you were falling asleep. And so what do you do this morning?
I think I need to. I do want to go by the museum and see if there's any more information as to what's going on and if the FBI are still poking around. So I need to do that.
Are you going to take Lamora with you, or are you going to send her to the bookshop, or just buy Lamora? Or...
She's definitely welcome. It's up to her.
Okay. No, I have a few things to do today, but I can catch up with you later. I can give you a call or come back.
Okay. That's fine. I'll let you know everything that's going on.
Good luck. Don't get arrested.
If I eat first, I think I'll be fine.
I just couldn't imagine anything worse than being arrested in a museum. That's not a story, you know? Get arrested, it should be a story.
True.
She takes a couple of the books that you agreed that she should go and store somewhere. Not in this house with her, and she'll leave. Where are you intending on eating today?
Do we have anything at the house? Any blood bags or?
Why don't you make a roll for me? We'll see if you're lucky. Just a flat roll.
13.
You have one blood bag left in that freezer that you need to defrost if you want to use it.
Just for the sake of time and necessity, I'm going to go ahead and take that.
Okay. Are you going to take that with you to work, or are you going to defrost it here, or?
Just going to go ahead and eat it here. I don't want to hurt anybody when I go out.
Okay. So that's going to take a little while to defrost. Jess. Good morning. Good evening.
Jess is still in a real bad mood. Not thinking particularly smart, but Jess also is quite hungry, and so she has a plan. Take out all her piercings. She's gonna wear very sort of simple, plain face, normal preppy girl makeup. She's gonna have her hair loose down, and right in the back of her closet is like normie clothes. She's gonna put those on, and then she makes her way to the subway, and she's gonna try and look as harmless and innocent as possible, and try to invite some trouble. She wants someone nefarious on the subway to think she's an easy target.
Okay. For the most part, people ignore you. This is in the middle of rush hour. And you end up riding the train out to one of the lower end neighborhoods. I can't think of a better way to describe it. I'm sorry, my brain is gone. Where, you know, there's often a lot of conflict. You're not sure what you're going to find, but it seems your best bet right now, unless you want to kind of shove into some sort of ex-Wall Street type and pick a fight. If you wanted to still go with the prey gambit, this is going to be your best bet.
Yeah, she's looking for the whole sort of like, you know, like the New York subway in like the 80s where it was like, you don't look at anybody because you'll get stabbed kind of deal. She's looking for those kind of types, like the Warriors, you know, like gang sort of stuff. She's got like a really massive handbag that looks brand new, you know, that looks like she's got a lot of money in it.
Yep. All right, so we are going with rich, you know, upper scale neighborhood girl gets on the wrong train.
Yeah, she's completely, in fact, like I'd probably go up to somebody who looks like they're probably carrying several knives and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I got the wrong train. How do I get back to you? Insert rich neighborhood name.
And this guy kind of turns and he gives you a look. And then his eyes go wide. And then you can see he's trying to focus on you. He's probably seeing about 3 of you right now. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Aren't you fine?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yes. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Aren't you fine?
I am. Yes.
This is the right train. This is the right train. And he puts an arm around you, and there is a distinct unwashed kind of smell. And he starts kind of guiding you down the platform. Platform 9. Platform 9 is perfectly fine. I'm fine. Are you fine?
Mm-hmm. And I'll walk with him. Where are we going? You know, playing up.
We're going to the train. You wanted the train? Did you want the train?
Ah, yes, I do. Yes. Oh, you're being ever so helpful. I'm so thankful.
Always helpful. Everything's fine when you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's full like his arm is fully over your shoulder, and he's
Uh-huh.
kind of like buddy.
Uh-huh.
Where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you doing? Never mind. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Are you fine?
I'm so fine. Are you having a good night?
It's early.
Yes.
Happy.
Hi,
Sorry,
buddy.
I lost myself. It's early. Early bird gets the worm. You're the worm. Are you the worm?
I think I might be the worm, yes.
But who's the mole?
Oh, well, that remains to be seen, doesn't it?
The bird eats the worm.
So I've heard.
But you're the worm. Do you want to be eaten? Are you eaten? Are you dead?
Dead? Not
Fine.
yet.
Everything's fine. I'm fine. Are you fine?
Everything's fine.
And he continues in this really nonsensical looping
Mhm.
style. Occasionally you see something lucid come through and then it disappears back into the loop of fine.
So I'll wait until we sort of wander off to like a dark area.
And, you do. You kind of go down to the end, and this is actually an open air track. This is an above ground station that you've ended up in. There's chain link fence, but it's got those like chipboard walls up, and there's a ton of graffiti all over them. Various kind of statements, none of them very nice. And as you hit the end of it, he drops down off of the raised platform onto the grassy bank, and he goes to grab your hand to pull you down with him.
I'm still playing along at this point, so I'm like, oh, is the station this way? And I'll go with him.
The way to go, nobody knows. We're going to go down the hole.
Oh, okay. I'll just follow him. Can I see if he has any sort of weaponry on him, like from scanning, just a quick glance at him?
Why don't you make me a roll? I'm gonna say this is a close investigation. Say a 2.
A 2. Okay. That is a 8.
Okay, perfect. Whew, close. You get a glint of some kind of penknife in his belt. And you only see it because he's got his arm raised. It's kind of opened his jacket on the side. It seems kind of like a Swiss Army knife type penknife situation. You don't see any other visible weapons.
Cool.
Unless body odor is considered a weapon, but then you can't see that, so...
Everything
you
smells.
can with this guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the stink lines.
Underneath this is a really heavy raincoat that he's got. And it's in like a murky bluey grey kind of color. Like a cadet blue almost, but more grey. Underneath he's got this heavy woolen jumper, and it's been patched a number of times. But there's still like holes that have been like either cigarette burns or like small tears in it. And looking down, you see his shoes have actually come apart, and his toes are kind of sticking up between the sole and the over the top bit. Down we go, down, 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 down. I'm fine, you're fine, everything's fine. Are you fine? I'm fine.
Fine.
And he'd gotten caught by the sight of a puddle down by the tracks. He'd kind of been staring heavily into it, and then he kind of turns back up, and he goes to the chain link and he pulls it away. And he holds it open for you.
At this point, Jess is like, where the fuck is this guy taking me? So yeah, she'll follow along just out of curiosity.
You know the spider? I know the spider. We're going to the web, to the spider.
The spider? Who's the spider?
Spider's a friend.
Oh.
Friend in the end, don't get caught like the worm and the bird.
No. Spider's a friend, though. We won't get caught, right?
Never get caught. The web is a home. You're all alone. You were going home. Where is the train?
Where is the train? You were supposed to take me to the train.
And he looks taken aback. This isn't the way. You're not the one. This isn't the hole. We've got to go back. We've got to go back. We've got to run before the fox catches the rabbit, and the rabbit catches the bird, and the bird, the bird and the worm, and the worm and the bird, and the bird and the worm, and the hole, the hole. We're going down, 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 down. I'm fine. You're fine. Everything's
Let's keep going. As you said, everything's fine. Let's keep going.
And he looks like genuinely upset that he's done the wrong thing.
It's fine. Everything's fine. You're fine. I'm fine. Let's keep going.
Where do we go?
You tell me. Down the hole, you said?
Down the hole with the rabbit and the bird and the rabbit, the rabbit and the bird, the rabbit and the bird, the bird.
To your friend, the spider and the web.
Spider,
Yeah?
you know about the spider. You've met the spider. You know the spider. The spider is your friend. The friend in the end. The friend that will keep you safe and then catch you in the web.
I don't know. Maybe the spider can be my friend.
You should meet the spider.
I should meet the spider. Take me to the spider.
And he's leading you now through these, like shipment crate containers, like metal containers. They're all rusted up. They've been kind of abandoned for a while, kind of excess train type stock things. And he's going into this little shed, or going towards this little shed, and you can see there's a light on.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get there, the shed's walls are made of this kind of corrugated cardboard, steel. That's the word I was looking for. And again, there's kind of like a crack that he kind of pulls back, and he has to use like his full bodily force to lift this. Even though there's a perfectly good door that you can see, he's still lifting this wall back. What do you do?
I'll go in. I'll duck underneath while he's pulling back.
Great, and you go inside. Ephemera. You get to the museum. And it seems to be a relatively normal day. The gift shop manager comes up to you and hands over the cash taken for today, and like the book that goes on top of it. Everything that would kind of be normally handed over to you when you come in on shift, because you have access to the safe and the top office. What would you like to do?
I need to go down to my lab first. I'm on kind of a one track right now.
So you kind of bypass this person. They kind of stand there holding it and then take it back, and they go back into the shop, and you imagine she's probably going to put it back in the cash register and just lock the register. You go to the elevator and down into the sub-basement where your lab is, where the egg was kept. And the place is kind of in disarray. Getting the egg out has made a little bit of a mess. They've kind of put various shelving units have kind of been pushed back. A few paintings have kind of fallen over in places. You notice that your desk has been gone through.
So that makes me pretty mad to begin with, seeing my whole workspace just kind of torn apart and not knowing who I can blame at this point. Is there anyone in the room?
No, it's just you down here.
So I'm going to go check out my desk and see what could have possibly been taken or looked at. I would have taken anything super important, and I wouldn't leave anything in my desk to begin with that was secretive or would reveal anything. I just want to see what was looked at.
You notice that a couple of your notepads have been taken. Ones that maybe you'd removed the top sheets from, but the whole notepad is gone. Any sort of paperwork that seemed to contain notes relating to testing you were doing seems to have been taken. There is a painting that you were working on, repairing, and that has been taken too.
So I would be wondering.
No idea why.
Yeah, I'm wondering why my things were touched in the first place and who touched them. So I want to go see if I can find, if I have any kind of supervisor. I mean, I'm the head of the department, but I'm sure there's someone above me that I could talk to.
Okay, so there is a guy, we're going to say his name is... Good name. Theodore. Theodore Banks is his name. And he is kind of the boss of the museum. The absolute top dog in this museum is Theodore Banks. And there is a chance he is still in his office, although being after 6 o'clock in the evening, it's not hugely likely. You do know you would have his phone number for a kind of an in case of emergencies type thing, or just as a point of contact.
I want to go see if he happens to be there, or maybe he has a secretary or someone I can talk to.
Okay, so you go up, and this is actually on the top floor of the museum, and it's got this great big circular stained glass window, which from the outside of the museum is like, you know, it's a pretty focal point, and in here during the day must illuminate the room in a lot of crazy colors. Outside you can see there's a light on inside the room, and there's probably someone in there. Your ears tell you.
So I'll just knock on the door.
Oh, come in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to him.
All right. Theodore Banks he has a full head of hair still, but it's very like salt and pepper gray. He has a well-kept mustache and a kind of a trimmed goatee. And he's probably in his kind of mid-50s. He wears an expensive suit and is reading through the day's paper.
So what's my relationship with him? Is he someone I can be candid with, or kind of more of a respect?
Why didn't you tell me? What do you think your relationship with this man is?
I would like it if since he oversees the museum, I feel like he would have definitely at least some level of respect over me, where I wouldn't just talk to him like I would one of my roommates or my friends or whatever. But I do wish there was a kind of the way that we spoke to each other, where I could just kind of barge in and ask him questions, and that's normal for us. That's how we communicate.
All right. Ephemera, what's going on? I've already forgotten what voice I gave me. English, I think. What's going on?
Who has been in my office? Who has been through my desk? I am livid.
I'm so sorry. Ghastly business. They wouldn't take no, and I called the lawyers, and the lawyers said we couldn't do a damn thing about it. And well, I've got an invoice, and I have a full, and he's going through his desk, and he pulls out this ledger, and it's basically everything that was taken. He made sure was documented, and he kind of hands it across to you.
Do you know why they would have taken the painting I was working on? It was completely unrelated.
I have no idea where they took any of it. It was a damn sculpture.
Who was this? Is this the FBI? I don't know why they were here. Why was the FBI in our museum of all places?
Well, they wouldn't tell me. And believe me, I asked. Makes no sense. Something to do with ongoing investigations.
Is he someone that I would just trust off the bat, or should I kind of perception check?
You would believe what he was saying.
So I'm going to look through the ledger and kind of see what exactly was taken, if there's anything besides the painting and my notes that stands out.
So looking through, you can see that they actually also went through his desk and a number of your colleagues' desks, collecting various files, although it seems to be a random assortment of things, almost as if they didn't know what they were looking for. They were just kind of snatching and grabbing things.
They have the right to do this? Is there anything we can do, or is it just...
Well, they said there was a search warrant, and the lawyers said that I had to stand by it, and everyone's names were on it. Although how they knew Flossie worked here is beyond me.
Something is not right here. I don't know why the FBI would be here, or why they would take our things, or why they would have a warrant in the first place. Seems like they came prepared and were looking for something. I don't know if it's just to throw us off.
The only thing I can think is that they presume one of the paintings or the sculpture perhaps is a stolen item. You know what the white collar division's like. It's like when a Rembrandt turns up and you have to figure out if it's the real thing or not, and even if they hear the name, it's, you know, stolen Nazi artwork or... he seems genuinely put out and annoyed.
I feel like they could have at least talked to our organization before just barging in. This is just, the chain of command has been broken in so many ways.
Well, I tried to call a number of times today, and I was stonewalled every time.
Do you know if they have a local office or if they're staying in town or if they've gone back to their headquarters?
Well, this is the address I was given, and he's kind of slides his notepad across the desk, and he's frustrated, so it kind of slides and it nearly hits the edge and like falls off. And I forgot what else I was gonna say. What did you ask? You asked for an address?
That's it. I need to go talk to them.
Some office building. You know, I think it's probably about time that we called David. David, you will know, is a someone who owns a lot of art. Is kind of like a private collector who kind of sponsors the museum and owns half of the pieces that are on display here.
Okay.
But I'm not sure I can explain to him how his possessions are now not his possessions. We rather
I'll let you handle that.
Most generous of you, F.
I need to go talk to these agents.
Well, before you do that, why don't you have some of this? And he kind of swings his legs because he's had them crossed, and he reaches down to the floor and he pulls up a bottle of rather expensive wine, and he pulls up his glass. You gave me just enough time to hide it, but here. And he kind of pushes the glasses of red. See if you have any better luck than me. I'm about to go home.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm so frustrated. I hope I didn't take it out on you, but this is...
No, it's most unusual and blasted egg. I don't know why we bothered. We should have just shipped it off with the rest of it. And you do know that he was really not keen on the egg coming to the museum. He just thought it was trash. He thought it wasn't even worth anything as an object of art. He's very into traditional art, classic masters style artwork. Modern art is very not his thing. So he kind of goes off a little bit. It's like that time they wanted us to have the war holes. More trouble than that was fucking worth too.
Okay, Banks. I'm gonna let you return to your evening. I'm gonna go see what I can do with these agents. Hopefully I can make some headway.
All right. Well, don't stay too... Well, I suppose you do like working late. Well, don't inhale too many fumes. That seems like good advice.
I won't. And I'll walk out of the office and shut the door behind me.
And you hear the clink of glass as he refills that wine. And probably nestles back for a little while. You know that he and his wife don't get along very well. So if he's staying after hours, it's probably that he doesn't want to go home. All right. So you're gonna go make the phone call?
I don't know if I want to call them. I mean, I guess I can call Lamora, let her know if she wants to go with me, but I think I'm just gonna kind of catch them off guard.
All right. Why don't we circle back to May and Al? What are you up to?
Al has gone and she's written down notes on the from what she got from that file she was able to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
Any clues on how to navigate the server, get the information that she's looking for, just so that she has it on her.
So as you sit in this room, the lighting are those awful like fluorescent tubes, and they seem to periodically kind of turn on and off as if they're kind of motion activated. But as far as you're aware, they're not actually motion activated, and it's slightly disconcerting. This strange flicker, perhaps the bulbs are about to die. And you begin searching on the computer, typing in address lines for servers, things that were hinted at in that Project Greenlight file. Nothing comes up.
Of course.
A shiver runs down your spine.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize you're not alone in this room. out of the corner of your eye, a figure. What do you do?
I'm keeping my eye on the screen. Well, looking at least, like I'm keeping an eye on the screen. And one hand has gone into the bag to hold on to the little experimental tasery thing. And just kind of keeps track of where this figure is.
You see the figure is moving, searching the book stacks, head turning towards you, watching you. And as you have to turn ever so slightly to keep track of the figure, you see another one stepping out of the book stacks. And then another one. 3 dark shadows move towards you. What do you do?
As I'm still kind of looking like I'm just totally enraptured by the screen, I am going to very suddenly break for the door, taser in hand, if any of them are in my direct path out.
Okay, so this would be, if we were playing straight cipher, this would be a speed check. As it is, but it's just standard blood pool check. I'm gonna say to get to the door, this is gonna be a difficulty 4.
Okay. Nope, that's an 8.
All right. You lunge away from this seat. Your legs get tangled with the chair's legs, and you actually begin to trip. And you catch yourself, and you stumble, and you grab onto the door handle. But hands surge out of the darkness, and they grab onto you. And you feel every point of contact between them and you, this icy heat. It's so cold, it's burning, and it seems to go just straight through your clothes. Straight through. And I need you to make another roll. This is DC level 5.
Okay. I'm gonna burn.
And do you have anything relating that would make you hardy? I guess.
No, I am
No?
a scientist.
I'm a scientist, damn it!
But I'm gonna spend 2 points of blood to
All
bring
right,
it down
so
to
it's down to level 4.
4. Nope, that's a 10.
This icy hot creeps through you, and the room goes dark. May, what are you up to?
May is probably doing the filing that she said she was going to for Patty. And I know that the FBI had taken personnel files that Jack had in his office. I'm wondering if there are any personnel files on Jack himself. Like anywhere I could find. Yes.
So why don't you make a roll to find those?
Okay.
And then in the 60s, I was there, you know, when Bob Dylan was doing his thing. I was there doing it with him.
You were redefining rock and roll for the ages?
Sure, that's what we'll call it. We rocked and we rolled.
Okay. What's the difficulty on this roll?
We're gonna call this a 3. You're really familiar with the system. It's just a lot of paperwork.
I rolled a 10.
10. All right, with a 10, yep, you find Jack's file.
All
And
right.
it's actually in the correct place.
My goodness, it's a miracle. I'm going to put it in my suit jacket for the
Oh,
moment.
you know, Yoko, did I tell you the story yet?
You know, I think you did. Why don't you go over it again, and I'll tell you if I missed any details the first time.
She's a bitch.
That's what I thought you had said the first time.
Doesn't know how to share.
No.
Thinks everything is about her.
Yeah, she's very deeply selfish.
She
this kind
ruined
of
that
evil
man,
thing.
you know. Ruined him.
What?
ruin him.
Oh,
But then I always like Ringo better anyway.
it's true. Ringo's the best.
Yeah, he knows how to have fun.
I'm sure he does. He goes in a submarine or something. I'm Patty. I'm gonna
You're
go check
Patty,
up.
I'm Patty.
You're Patty. I'm gonna try to check up on my friend.
Wait, before you go, you gotta celebrate my own birthday with me.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. How much of this do you think I should drink?
Hey, I'm not gonna stop you having a good time. Karen's not in again.
She's not? Is she okay? Did she call in?
I don't know. Fuck Karen. She gave me a low rating on my last review. And now she's not coming in. And here I am. I haven't missed a single day.
Well, I don't want to get in between you and Karen, but Karen is my close personal friend, and I am slightly worried about her. But Patty, happy.
Oh, I'm sorry I said to fuck her. Just,
It's.
whatever.
I mean, we all have days like that. It's like fuck Karen. But
That would make a great t-shirt. In the 60s, I made a lot of t-shirts.
made T-shirts in the '60s that said "fuck Karen."
No, but it would have been a good slogan.
For what? Other than fucking Karen.
Well, that was a popular thing in the 60s.
To fuck Karen?
Yeah, and it could, be symbolic of, fuck the system, fuck the government who's sending all our good-looking boys out there.
Okay. I think you should go for it, Patty. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah! Happy birthday to me.
And then she just leaves and makes a mental note to check in with Karen.
Yep. So, Patty, she has, the tiniest amount of this cherry brandy, and then goes back to her typing away at her typewriter. She's got, 2 cigarettes, wedged in between, on one hand.
Like a cigarette claw.
Yeah, it's like Wolverine, but with cigarettes.
It's perfect. I'm gonna go see what Al's up to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You take the elevator up to the next floor. Jess, in the shed.
In the shed.
The spider doesn't catch the fly.
What catches the fly?
The fly. The fly in the web. The web isn't its home, it's the spider's home, and it breaks it. Breaks everything that is precious, that is worked on, that is hard. And he's looking around frantically. This shed kind of has almost like a prefab wall in the middle of it. Something has been put up, kind of make a divide in this shed. And he's looking around for something, kind of kicking at the floor with his shoes.
Is this the web?
No, this is the shed where we keep the things. On the way to the spider.
What are we looking for in the shed?
The way to the spider.
And what does that look like?
And he's looking around. Are you one of them?
One of what?
The birds. The birds that catch the worm.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think
Are you
we.
a
I
fly?
think
Are you here to break the spider's web?
no. I think we agreed that I was the worm.
You're the worm. Must be protected from the bird and the rabbit. Down the hole. Down, 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 down.
Yes,
down.
we went down the hole. Yes.
And as he's saying this, his foot kicks this ring of metal. Down the hole. And he pulls on the ring of metal, and a ton of dirt and rust is displaced, and he opens up a hatch. Spider is down.
The spider is down.
Yes.
Okay.
But you want to go home. You want the train. Number nine. It's fine. I'm fine. You're fine. We're fine. Are you fine?
I'm fine. But you're taking me to see the spider.
Yeah.
Forget about home. We're going to see the spider.
Let's hope the spider is home.
Let's
and
hope
he
this.
hops down. Just drops.
Follow
He doesn't use the ladder, just drops.
We'll follow him.
And you find yourself in it's a mucky subway, old tunnel. And he wanders along and he begins to whistle, and it echoes all around you. And then he laughs at the echo.
Mhm.
Going home, home, home. See the spider, 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 spider. Down, 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 down. And he plays with his echo and he talks to his echo. And then he begins to argue with his echo. I'm fine and you fine. No, you're fine. No, I'm fine. But continues to wander along. And he's kind of one foot in front of the other along this single rail, which would be the electrocuted rail if this track was alive. You're glad to see it is not. Or if it is, it's not affecting him.
Yeah, I'm quietly following after him at this point. I'm a bit more wary, but I'm still so intrigued to see where this is going. So I'm just keeping an eye on him as I'm walking, but also like, you know.
Rumble,
Head on a
rumble,
swivel.
rumble in the jungle, jungle, rumble, 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 jungle, jungle. City, city is a jungle, jungle is steel, jungle is concrete. I'm fine, you're fine, are we fine?
So fine.
Where are we going?
See the spider.
You know the spider.
You know the spider.
I do. And he turns and he opens this door. And inside you see what looks like an apartment. Clean furniture. The decor is a little old, but it's clean and well maintained. Spider, is the spider home?
Is the spider home?
And he calls out and has a weird echo conversation with himself again. And out of another room in this apartment, a woman comes. And she is relatively well dressed. You'd probably imagine maybe sort of like a retail worker, like not business level, but clean, new clothes. You found him.
Found.
Fine. And she holds out a hand and points towards the man that you're with.
Oh, yes, he brought me here. Are you the spider?
Fine, you talk too much. I talk enough. I say what's worth it. You say a lot. I'm fine, you're fine. Are we fine? Yes, you're fine. And she guides him down to a sofa. Well, why did he bring you?
Well, I was trying to find my way home. I'd ended up on the wrong train, and he led me here, basically.
Why did you follow? And there's a dangerous cut to her voice. She is looking at you hard.
Well,
She's not buying any lies you're gonna sell.
Well, initially I was curious. Now even more so. What is this?
It's our home.
You live here.
Rent's cheaper than above ground.
Fair.
And the company's more interesting. Why don't you take a seat?
I smile, but it's kind of like that. It's perfectly pleasant, but there's a hint of "don't fuck with me" in the smile. It's the retail worker's smile.
Yes. All right. He saw something in you. He brings people here that he sees something in. You must be important.
And what kind of things does he see in people?
The past. Sometimes the future.
Is that so?
Sometimes magic.
Magic.
Werewolf.
What, me? And Jess just starts laughing. No. You?
She doesn't answer. She gives a shrug. I'm the spider.
The spider. So what now that I'm in your web?
You're free to leave.
Hmm?
No, she cannot go. She is ours. Friend in the web. Must be protected. She is the worm. The worm crawls and it eats and it consumes and it is one with the king. I'm fine, you're fine, are we fine?
We're fine.
Down in the hole.
So what do you do down here?
Mostly try and stay out of everyone's way. I'll go and get some tea. And she goes back through to the room. She leaves open the door. It's a kitchenette through there. And Fine turns to you. And he holds out a hand. And it's one of those ratty fingerless gloves.
I'll still shake his hand.
And he grips. And his eyes look with yours.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a Ferris wheel. And it spins around and around and around. The lights pulse and flash in blue and yellow. This is the wheel down at the boardwalk. You've seen it hundreds of times. And as it flashes, you hear a dripping in your head. Drip, drip. And in your mind, you glance down and you realize you're looking at the reflection of the Ferris wheel. A reflection that has ripples in it. It's drops of blood tumble down. And he lets go. And you are back in this room, in this apartment.
I feel at this point Jess would like wrench her hand back and be like, what was that?
You. I see you. I found you.
Me? What do you mean me?
Don't you know? Aren't you fine? I'm fine.
I'm fine, but what don't I know?
What it means. What it means to be seen. When you're seen, and when you're the worm. The worm can't be seen. The worm is eaten by the bird. The bird and the rabbit and the bird. And he goes off down this strange thought puzzle.
Jess at this point is she sort of like made her like way round to the very corner of the sofa, but not off it. Waiting for this woman to come back with the tea.
You hear her kind of clinking, or mugs being brought down, a kettle being filled.
Do you do that often?
No, mustn't touch. They don't like it when you touch. You have to ask. I'm sorry, I did not ask.
I'll offer my hand out again. I'm asking.
And he reaches out and he takes your hand. You'll be fine. We're all fine.
Uh-huh.
Ephemera. Speaking of fine, what are you up to?
I have already gotten in my Jeep, and I'm making my way towards this address. I called Lamora. Did she want to come with me?
No, she actually didn't answer the phone.
Okay. So yeah, I'll make my way towards this address.
Okay. You reach this address and it is a brownstone office building. Looking up, it's about 15 floors. You can see there are a number of lights still on, kind of dotted across those various floors. Although the ground floor is not illuminated. The front doors appear to be closed and locked.
Can I try the doors and see if they're unlocked?
You try a few and they are all locked.
They're all locked? Okay. Is this something I would feel, since I have the like sensing or assessing danger and stealth and knowledge is power skills, is this something I feel like I could get into?
You want to try and break in?
I kind of do.
Make a roll for me. This is kind of an intelligence roll. Just make a roll. We'll just see how intelligent you're feeling today.
And this is as far as assessing?
Yeah, this is assessing. And I'll keep in mind what you've told me. Sorry, 18? Okay. You believe a building of this nature would probably be alarmed. The locks, as far as you can tell, are not particularly easy to break into. You probably could, given enough time. But you would be concerned about tripping alarms.
How easy would it be for me to be in the daylight? Like if I came back tomorrow when they would probably be open? I know with sun, it makes things more difficult.
It would be, well, if the door's open, that would be great. But you know, you would have to travel here. You could travel by the car, which would keep you safe from the sun, but you would need to not get caught out in the open. And the problem with all the windows is they would let a lot of sunlight in. So you would have to, it would be compromising. Not impossible, but it would be potentially compromising, and that could be potentially deadly.
Is this something that I could get Al's help with, possibly getting past these alarms, or if she would know how to get in these doors without tripping alarms?
If she was with you, she could definitely help with that. If you can get a hold of her, it's possible that she could come down and help you, yes. The other thing that might occur to you is Al has been doing a lot of experimentation. It's possible that Al could come up with something to allow you to be out in the sun.
Okay, I think for now, just checking out the building, I don't think it would be smart to just break in, especially since there's lights on. There's clearly somebody here.
Yeah.
And it's what, like 7 p.m.?
Yeah, 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and...
Is a low-rate motel. You look across the street.
Okay. Does this seem like the kind of setup that if someone were FBI, they would be kind of put in this location just for temporary workspace?
On what grounds would you know that?
Maybe just based on assumption, if there's 2 FBI agents, I know that they would have been sent from their headquarters, which isn't here. So I would assume that if this is the address that we were given, possibly that'd be where they were.
It would be a fair assumption that these are probably temporary offices of some kind. You know, the sort that are leased for short periods of time, private eye, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Maybe fortune tellers.
I would like to go across to the motel and ask the front desk if they if they've seen anyone who seems to be like an officer or a cop or a PI or something of that sort.
Oh, sure. We get PIs across the street all the time. They like to peekaboo through the windows. I get a cut of it. It's a good deal.
Interesting. And she's telling me or they're telling me all this without any prompting from me.
Sure, I'm real bored.
Okay, so I'm going to describe the 2, it was 2 FBI officers that I spoke to, right?
Yep.
Okay, I will describe them to this person and ask if they have seen these people specifically.
You're looking for your boyfriend?
Yes.
Well, I can see why. They sound attractive.
Have you
Especially that tall one. You like a toy guy.
Okay. So has he been here?
Oh, honey, I think I'd remember.
Okay, so that seems
I think I would keep him for myself. And she is literally like 5 foot flat, great big blonde curly hair, just piled and piled. Great big boobs. Great. She's like a little, like she's perfect hourglass, like teeny tiny waist, and everything else is really round. And she's got on this red sequined cardigan, and it kind of jingles a little bit as she moves. And you imagine, like, on a good day, she could be a really good Dolly Parton impersonator if she tried.
Awesome. Okay, so I feel like she doesn't know anything that I'm looking for. Do I remember who gave the address to Banks? Was it them?
He just said it was them.
You what?
He said it was them.
Oh, it was them. Okay.
The address they gave.
Okay, so I guess they're not staying at this motel. Or can I kind of get in her mind a little bit and see if she's covering?
Yeah, why don't you make a quick roll? I'm not going to tell you the DC on this one, but you're welcome to spend points if you would like.
Did I refill I forgot to do my blood. That was 2d6, right?
No, it's 1d6.
1d6? Got 3, so I'm up to 25. Okay, I'll do 2.
Okay.
Just in case, I don't know.
Good to know.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
You have no idea if she was lying, telling you the truth.
Damn it.
You know, completely yanking your chain about the whole thing. She was probably telling the truth about being bored. That much you can guess.
Damn it. That doesn't help me.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I feel suspicious, though. I do feel suspicious of what she's saying to me. I think that I will just let that be for now and decide that I'm going to come back later. Okay.
She offers you a coupon for a discount on an hour in a room.
Excellent. I'll take that.
And with that, we are nearly at the end of our game today. May, you hit that third floor. You open the room where you expect Al to be, and Al is not there. The computer is still on and illuminating the room. And you see the little underscore just blinking. What do you do?
I call out loudly for Al, and walk everywhere I can.
And on the screen, a message flashes up. Al is not here anymore. ... And that's where we'll end today's session. So, thank you very much to chat for being wonderful. Thank you to Mirrors Shadows for all of those donations, for distractions and gifts. We have some more gifts to come to you guys next time. Susie, just so you know, Jess's headlight, when it is affixed, the lights on the traffic lights will always be green for you.
Yes!
So that is a special gift. And thank you very much, chat, for your suggestions, the rerolls, etc. Make sure you've got a note of those if you haven't already. Yes, I think that is all I have to say. I do want to mention Susie and I did a wonderful podcast with Jim and Pruitt for WebDM's Patreon. So if you want to support the channel even further, go and check out the Patreon. Go and check out that podcast. I don't know which tier it's associated with, but they do a monthly podcast, or weekly podcast, sorry, on Monday. And it was a lot of fun, and we got to talk about Lost Girls and vampires, and Susie and I got to nerd out, and it was a lot of fun.
I got to talk a lot about vampires, so it was a very good day for me.
Don't forget, if you're not already, to hit that follow button, and if you have a Twitch Prime subscription hanging around, why not pop it here? There are lots of shows throughout the week, which Emma will tell you about shortly, I am sure. Susie, questions for you before we go. What were your favorite bits about today? What do you hope for next week? And where can we find you and what you're doing with your life?
My favorite bit of the session today was Mr. Fine. He was incredible. Charlie, what the dude?
Well, I will say the idea for him came from Mirrors and Shadows. But it was a lot of fun playing that particular brand of special.
Oh god, like the way you RP'd him was just brilliant, fantastic. I hope to not be horrifically murdered and maybe find out a bit more about Jess's mysterious past next session. And also maybe eat because she's a bit hungry right now. Maybe not get into a fight with Ephemera because I'm scared of her. But I am Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace, and you can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace. I am a variety streamer who does video games, art, and TTRPGs all over the place. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can find me on my channel, which is just my name, twitch.tv/Susanna Grace. And Thursday, Fridays, you can find me on Encounter Roleplay, DMing the video game on Thursdays, and playing an Act on Cthulhu on the Friday. And Sundays, you can find me here. Other than that, I have a pinned tweet on my Twitter that tells you exactly where I am, what I'm doing, and what time I'm doing it.
Whoop, whoop. Check out that postie. In the words of Tommy, Imperator Penguin. Apparently that's what we're calling pinned tweets now. Let's zoom around to Kiana. We will come back to you.
Oh, man. I like learning things today. More information.
Did a lot of learning things today.
At what cost, though?
At what cost?
I hope next week we find Al still alive and okay. The cost of knowledge, y'all. But until then, you guys can find me over on Twitter at KiddaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I'm over the internet playing role-playing games almost every day of the week. You can find me back here on WebDM on Tuesdays for Starward Bound, our lovely TD campaign run by the Pruitt himself. Is super, super awesome. And the other thing I am going to plug is a little bit different than the normal stuff I do, but I was asked to be a part of a zine called Legacies Anthology. It is a over 100-page long zine filled with illustration, comics, and stories, and all sorts of written works, highlighting different Asian American experiences and stories. And I got to write a piece for it. So the Kickstarter is live as of today. I will put a link in the chat, so definitely come check it out. Please support it in any way you can, either by giving some money to it or to just share it. Super appreciated.
Awesome. As I dive back to the correct tab. Anna, same questions to you.
My favorite part, I can't help but love Patty, to be completely honest. I think that's my favorite character I've ever experienced in a game. My favorite part that included me, I like fighting with Jess because it's really funny, but it's also so against my nature as a person that it's, I can't like not laugh while I do it, which kind of breaks the role play. So I'm sorry about that, but it's really funny to do. And I'm excited to see how Ephemera and Jess work through their issues, especially when they're both hungry and scared about like getting revealed as vampires to the world. And looking forward to finding out what these FBI agents are up to, and my visitor coming to see what he has in store for me.
I happen to know your visitor will not be arriving until after our mid-season break.
Okay.
So just so you know, that will be happening then. We do have a mid-season break coming up. It's not next week. It is the week after that. So mid-season finale next week. Just hitting me. It's almost like I knew that was coming. Emma, how are you doing? Same questions to you.
I am good. You took my friend, and I'm a little mad at you for it, but it's okay. Yes, we're gonna get Al back next time, and hopefully Jess will be fine, and F will find what she's looking for, and everything will be fine. I'm slightly concerned at this point. My favorite part, I think, was probably being so cold to F. I'm sorry, but I had a really good time with that, and I love Mr. Fine. And I'm terrified of Mr. Fine. And I'm looking forward to seeing more.
I would be super curious to see May and Mr. Fine in the same room. I have a feeling there would be no handshakes going on.
Probably not. Not. But who knows? Yes, I'm super excited. I'm the communications director for WebDM, which is the channel you are on right now. We have a Twitch channel. We also have a YouTube channel where we do things. We actually have 2 YouTube channels. One where all of this is archived, and everything else we do on Twitch, which includes on Tuesday Starward Bound, like Kiana told you. Nothing on Wednesday anymore. We put Unearthly Twilights to bed. Be getting that up on WebDM Plays very soon. Thursday we have Land Between Two Rivers, post-apocalyptic D&D, Dark Sun inspired from Jim Davis. It's weird and fun and it's wonderful. And then we have on Saturdays, occasionally Grant has a small conversation, and we are surely going to have other things that happen on the channel. We're going to reveal one of our secrets. It's a personal secret of mine that's happening. It'll be revealed in either tomorrow or the next day. So keep the lookout. It's nothing to do with this Twitch, but it's secret. It's secret, and it will be revealed. It'll be a surprise. So yes, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Charlie, for being an awesome game master. Thank you, Matt, for keeping the show running. I'll wait until tomorrow, Lisa. I can't.
While you decide whether you can spell that secret for our special Lost Girls crew, I want to say my favorite part was Al freaking out about the double date. Like, I could have watched you guys do that scene for ages, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got 2 other cast members I should probably do something with. I appreciate how Al does a lot of the hard work, and it's just like, don't ask me to do anything social. I appreciate that very much, and I'm not sorry that I took her, and you might not get her back.
Thanks. When should I start rolling up a new character, Charlie?
I mean, it's Cypher. You could just do it the day, you know? Just see what happens. Love you. But yeah, it's super exciting. We are about to hit our kind of halfway point. We've got a couple of new guests coming up next half of the season, but next week will be our mid-season finale. So as always, I hope to see you all back here on Sunday, because Sunday is fun day when we go to New Amsterdam and we have a great time. Shout out to Matt in the background, who has been doing our producing today, whose favorite part was the interrogation of Bo. That poor boy just wants to huggle with Jess, okay? Just wants to look after her, and he got the whole coven, who famously last time they assembled devoured a werewolf. So yeah, that poor guy, he's lucky to be alive. Walked out with both legs working, so we'll see what happens there. I would love to hear all of your favorite parts, and also if you made a clip today, if you could tweet it at me, because I'm really rubbish at finding it later. And yeah, just hashtag New Amsterdam, and I will save all of your tweets to the moment, because it's really fun for me to go and look through. Thank you to the wonderful cast and crew here today, and to all of you for supporting this madness that is this game that I've come up with and let you guys run away with. It's always my favorite part, when things don't get invented by me. So we will see you next week, same time, same place, 2 p.m. Central Standard, sorry, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK. Extrapolate from there. We'll see you soon. Bye!